on Game My Mom Found, Snake was traveling to Zanzibar land. This week, I am Mike Albertin. Who's with me tonight?
Stefan JD.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi, Jesus.
Super Namekian, Stuart Hughes.
It's over 9,000 downloads for Games My Mom Found. It's Commander Lionheart.
That's true.
Over 11,000 now, by the way.
It's over 11,000.
Over 11,000. Mondo Cool or something like that. I don't know.
I love how, because we just mentioned that I watched all of Dragon Ball Z Abridged again
Exactly.
for this episode. They have a great joke in there where they're like, they just completely do the anticlimactic Vegeta thing where it's like, oh, Nappa, I had the scatter upside down. His power level is actually over 9,000. Just crushes it.
All right. And before
Okay.
we get it, before we get into the game that we're going to be talking about, there's a quick another podcast I want you guys to take a listen to. You'll be hearing right now.
Hi, I'm Mike from the Genuine Chit Chat podcast, where we have honest conversations with interesting people. I speak to a wide variety of guests, including CEOs of businesses, psychologists, authors, musicians, travellers, people suffering with physical and mental illnesses, and everyone in between. Where we speak about a large variety of topics, including music and movies and pop culture, but also some more controversial topics, including drug reform, political correctness, and many more. No subject is off limits. You can find us on all the usual podcast places, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, as well as on YouTube, and you can follow us in all the usual social media places. And to be clear, I don't expect everyone listening to enjoy every episode of my show. What I do think is that due to the wide variety of guests and topics, that there'll be at least one episode that each person listening will enjoy. So if you still appreciate the art of conversation and want to hear honest conversations with interesting people, then be sure to check out Genuine Chit Chat in all the usual places.
All right, Stefan, you want to introduce the lovely game you picked out for us for this week?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are playing Mary Kate and Ashley, Sweet 16, License to Drive. No,
I'm
We
waiting
can
for
actually
the
play
Lord.
that.
Oh my God.
we are playing
we
the
played.
Dragon Ball video game, Legacy of Goku 2.
One of
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of
You gotta
Goku.
put the
Dragon
C right
Ball
there,
Z,
baby.
yo. Sorry.
Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2.
Because Dragon Ball is something completely different, which I have watched the entire original Dragon Ball series, but not all of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z is so good.
I never got there.
That's the generational thing. That's the generational
Well,
thing. Is
I guess.
It's
Like-
not generation. It's before I met my wife when I was really bored and had nothing going on and worked way too much. I told myself I was going to watch all, because I had a lot of time in my hands. I was going to watch all of Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z. I finished Dragon Ball. I got to the Cell Saga. Then I met my wife. Then I stopped watching it. So,
you stopped watching at the Cell Saga?
yeah.
best
I'm actually
saga.
like angry at you.
I got somewhere in the Cell Saga and then I just stopped watching it.
The
So
Cell
you
Saga is the
didn't
best.
finish watching the
Well,
Cell Saga.
one, I stopped sailing the seven seas, which is one reason I was watching it.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
stopped doing that.
It's hard to
So that was part of it.
The Cell
Sailing?
Saga is legitimately
You,
the best.
you
arc
really should
in
have
all of Dragon
finished
Ball.
the Cell Saga. And then just we could have forgiven everything else except for leaving it at the Cell Saga, which is literally the best saga in
I
the Dragon
watched
Ball.
some of the Android Saga. I don't remember if I got the perfect Cell, but I got somewhere around when Cell was introduced.
So you missed all the perfect Cell shit.
Yeah.
Yes, I
The
think
best
so.
shit. The best stuff in the entire fucking series.
But I did watch a bunch of the movies, not the Brawley movie, but
That
up to
doesn't count.
Brawley, I think.
But there's like
Bradley.
7 Brawley movies. They just keep. It's also
Well, this is back when
Brawley.
there were only like 10 movies. This is before they went, oh, we can print money? This was before all that.
Yeah, talking about a lot of movies. I didn't realize that there were 57 Dragon Ball games.
What?
Yeah,
Wait.
I
you
was
mean-
I was looking it up online because I was trying to figure out when this game came out.
Mm.
And it was like there would have been 57 Dragon Ball games released. I was like, well, this is gonna be a long scroll to get to this fucking game.
It's 2003, by the way.
Yes.
Damn.
This
we
game-
so we could be doing like one Dragon Ball Z game per year for 57 years of this podcast.
Oh, there are over 57 video games bearing the Dragon Ball Z name. So I don't know if there's more of just Dragon Ball games.
There is.
Yeah,
Jesus, really?
there's another Dragon Ball game on the GBA that was just Dragon Ball Adventures, I think.
Yep.
I never played it, but I know of it.
So
I never
how many
played it either.
Dragon Ball games are there altogether?
Too many.
Over 9,000.
Quite possible.
All right, as we did mention, this game did come out in 20. Also, I lost my. What was that? What did you say?
2003.
No, it's 2003. This is also published by Info Games, whoever the hell they are.
Infogrames.
Infogrames.
You gotta say it right, Mike.
It's Infogrames, which have since gone bankrupt.
Okay,
Oh,
I never heard of them.
They were like a Atari subsidy company.
I've only ever known them for this game and the previous one, the first Legacy of Goku.
Infogrames.
Infogrames.
Originally, I think Stefan. Because every time Stefan mentioned it, I told him, I'm like, do not put Legacy of Goku 1 on this show. Got to be 2. Because I remember 1 being really shitty.
1 is a piece of garbage.
Okay. I haven't played it since high school, so it's been a long time.
It's not that bad a game.
It's
guys.
bad.
What is
Even as a kid, I knew it was bad. So if I knew as a kid that it was bad, it's bad.
What does the first one cover? Is the first one just all the Frieza arc?
Saiyan Saga up to Frieza.
Up to Frieza. Okay.
And then he kills Frieza. There will be spoilers for Dragon Ball Z. You've been warned, but really,
He
anybody
kills
care?
Frieza. Spoilers.
Spoilers. Huge, humongous spoilers for Dragon Ball Z, which has been told a billion times already.
Essentially, what Mike has done is given me free reign to talk about the Dragon Ball Z Cell arc, which is the best arc ever.
Exactly.
Which is what we're gonna do in this game. Okay, I should introduce what this game is. This game is an action adventure game, kind of top-down action adventure game, which takes place in the Dragon Ball Z Cell arc, which is like what, 3 or 4 seasons?
Well,
altogether?
it's also the Android Saga too.
Yeah.
It's all the Cell.
together.
Me.
The Android, I consider the Android arc part of the Cell Saga.
Same.
Yeah.
It's all part of the Cell Saga.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Before we
It's an
continue,
important distinction, Stefan.
before we continue, we all have played this game before now, right?
No, actually.
You did?
I had.
This was your first time?
This is the first Dragon Ball game I have ever played.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait. Okay,
Somehow I
this is
missed
game
all
changer.
57 of them.
How
before
not?
this.
Now we all have to be angry at Stuart for not
Okay,
having
you
played
can be
more.
angry.
I love
Me.
Dragon Ball.
I do love Dragon Ball, but I've
Wow.
never played any of the games mainly because I didn't have handheld Nintendo consoles for the longest time, and I think a lot of them came out on like Game Boy Advance and stuff.
It came out on everything.
But there's been Dragon Ball games on PS2, on PS 360.
GameCube.
Listen. At that point, I was busy playing Grand Theft Auto 3, and those were my formative years. All right, when I was 7, I watched Dragon Ball, and then when I was 8, I played GTA 3 and killed hookers.
When you became a man.
That's when I became at the ripe old age of 8. I became a man. I had to I had to use Claude to go kill 8-Ball, and I was like, well, this is what adulthood is like.
I really need to replay GTA 3.
Yeah, I would love to put it on the podcast. It's just so long.
Stefan and Mike, have you guys played any other DBC game besides this one?
Oh yeah, I've played a lot of them.
Budokai a long time ago, but that's really it. Right now, I'm looking at Dragon Ball Z sagas and wondering.
Oh
why I'm
no,
not...
Mike, no,
Yeah.
Baby, what are you doing, Mike? No.
If it makes you feel better, I think I am going to get Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
I am waiting for reviews to see what they say about that game because
That's true. I haven't seen any reviews yet, and it's coming out in like 2 weeks.
yeah, I'm like, okay, I've played Legacy of Goku 1, 2, Budokai 1, Budokai 3, Shin Budokai, Ultimate Battle 22, which is the worst, Dragon Ball Z Sagas, which is another worst,
I know what you're talking about.
DBC Fighters. You don't know about Ultimate Battle 22?
I
Isn't
do.
that on,
I bought it.
Isn't
my
that
friend
on
bought it.
PS1?
Yeah,
That's the PS1.
It's really bad.
I never played the other one, the Final Bout, but I hear that it's exactly the same shit and it's bad. Shin Budokai for PSP, Burst Limit, Xenoverse 2, and Fighters. I think that's all that I've played.
I think I've played all those too, including the Dragon Ball Goku game on the Wii. And what's that other one? What's the one that recently came out? Dragon Ball Z Fighters?
Fighters, yeah.
Yeah, and that one, which you can't beat anyone online on that.
I almost got that game. See, okay. I this is another reason I never played them is because almost all of them are fighting games, right? Aside from
Yes.
the early ones. Yeah, I suck at fighting games. I don't have fun playing them. So why would I play Like, as much as I like Dragon Ball, it's not going to convince me to get a fighting game.
I mean, Fighters is really fun. Even if I suck at fighting games as well, but I found it really fun. And Budokai 3 is still my favorite out of all of them because of the amount of content that it has.
Yeah, Budokai 3 and 2 were pretty good.
I never played the second one, and since it was never added to the HD collection that came out on PS3 and 360, I probably won't ever play it.
I almost got Fighters. By the way, everybody, that's Fighters with a Z, because this is Dragon Ball.
Because this is
Dragon Ball was the original. Let's add a Z to it. Make that makes it cool. The spell with a Z.
Yeah, it's kind of like the combat in Mortal Kombat. Okay, edgy man.
I almost got Fighters for a very dumb reason. Well, it would have been really nice for me. I almost got Fighters just because I know some of the dramatic finishes were voiced by the DBZ abridged guys.
Oh,
and so I was like, well, I've got to get it now. And I was like, well, I got to justify on the rare chance that I'd have to essentially buy it and wait for somebody to destroy me, and then I would get to hear something funny. I was like, I don't want to pay $50 for the chance that I'll hear something funny and be like, hey, I recognize that voice. I don't I played For Honor. That's like a fighting game that I played. That's the only one I've done.
I have never played For Honor. I have it free with PS Plus, and I don't have any interest in.
I played Yakuza. That's like a fighting game.
Oh, and to bring it back to Legacy of Goku 2, I originally had played this game on a freaking keyboard. I want to say in 2003 or 2004. This game is really hard to play on a keyboard, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah, I could not have done that on a keyboard.
I didn't. When I first got into ROMs and things, I never had a GBA at all. I skipped it and got a Nintendo DS at some point. Maybe it was earlier. It might have been 2003 or 2. I don't. It was high school. I remember that.
So it's the opposite of me, because I skipped the DS. I had Game Boy Color, GBA, skipped the DS, and got a 3DS, and now a Switch. That's my history of Nintendo.
I had a Game Boy Color, and then I switched. I didn't. Oh no, that's it. I got a GameCube. That was after the Game Boy Color.
And out of the very few Dragon Ball games I played at all, there's not very many. This is my favorite, which will be on the show someday, just because I hate my co-host. Is Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Saiyan Warriors for Game Boy Color. That's a card battling game.
With that many names, it must be good.
Yeah.
It is the entire Dragon Ball Z saga.
What?
Someday we're going to play it on this show, but not now. So I don't get a chance to mention it, so I wanted to mention it.
It's a card game?
Yeah, it's a card battling action game.
Okay.
I never played that one.
It's a turn-based card battling game where you have the two little characters, they're fighting each other, you get different cards to choose your attacks and things, and yeah.
So it's like Magic. Basically.
Sounds horrible.
No, it's take that back, sir. Take that back. All right, I think we spent enough time not talking about Legacy of Goku 2. So with this game being a top-down action game, I think I needed something like this. After made me play recently, I needed a game where I could just put my headphones on, listen to a podcast, and just punch things and just level up and not be concerned.
Yeah, the fighting's pretty simple in this game, actually. Wouldn't you agree?
It's pretty simple.
After I fixed my controller. My controller was bugged where A and B, whenever I press A, it pressed both buttons, so I couldn't shoot any fireballs at first as Gohan. And I'm like, oh, does Gohan just not have fireballs yet?
Fireballs?
And it wasn't until I had to change. Well,
Key blast,
sir. I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Oh my god.
I was like, this is
fireballs.
And it wasn't until I had to switch to Piccolo that I realized that it was hitting both buttons at the same time. I had to go and reconfigure my controller.
Oh yeah, that same problem happened to me, Mike.
But did you figure it out faster than by the time you got to Piccolo?
Yes.
Okay, I did not.
I did not have that problem. I don't know what the hell you guys use for emulation, but I did not have that.
What are you talking about? My Game Boy Advance was actually.
It was your game? Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. Malfunctioning tech,
Yeah.
Old
actually, this never got re-released either.
Nope.
I mean, that was just too bad, because these really...
It sold well, too, I believe. Like 500,000 or something.
It was the 48th top-selling Game Boy Advance game, I think I read somewhere while we were
I thought you were about to say it was the 48th top-selling Dragon Ball game. I was like, well, that's pretty low. That's pretty
out
low.
Of 57.
No, 42nd highest-selling game launched for the Game Boy Advance in that country. Whatever that country means, I don't know, but I'm assuming it means USA.
That country.
Hey,
over
that's
yonder.
what the Wikipedia says.
Always trust that Wikipedia.
It sold well. Oh no, that's the first Dragon Ball Goku I'm talking about. I don't know.
Ugh,
Maybe it's all three. Maybe it's all three. I don't know. I don't care.
Maybe it's the re-release that had both games in it.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll go with that. We'll just say that's what sold. But no, I was impressed. Like I was really excited to play this game again. And the game starts off. You play as Gohan. It takes place right after they kill Goku kills Frieza, and everyone else is back on Earth, but Goku's still wherever the fuck he is. I don't even know.
He's in space.
Yeah, he's on his way back from Namek.
Space.
Yeah. He's on planet. I think it's called Junkrat or something.
Why didn't he just come back with the rest of them?
Rat.
Or did they get wished back?
They got on a ship and got the hell out as Frieza was blowing up the planet with him on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's been a really long time.
So he managed to get to Frieza's ship and get blasted out into space and was just like wandering around for a couple of years, learning how to do instant transmission and telepathy and shit. which by the way is like completely brushed over in the show. He comes back and he's like, also I can do this.
Yeah.
And it's like
Dragon Ball.
It's like they take like 20 episodes for him to charge a goddamn key, and they just take 5 seconds to explain, hey, I got this new move. Want to see it? Here it is. Want to see me do it again?
Okay. I didn't remember a lot. I haven't watched the show in years, and I only watched it once, and there might have been alcohol involved at times. So I don't really remember a lot of it.
If you play the games, you only need to watch the show once, because the games will recap everything every single time.
It's actually
one reason why I love this game so much when I was playing it before, because I was able to get the Cell Saga and the Android Saga without me having to watch the show.
It's a pretty good, it's a pretty good breakdown of the Cell Saga in 6 hours.
Yeah.
Which is impressive.
It's a longer game than 6 hours, I want to say.
6 hours? Jesus, how the hell did you...
I warned him not to get everyone up to level 50, because I was worried he'd be like, oh, there's 50 level 50 doors. I better level.
Nah, I stopped at like level 40.
Yeah, but you're not Stu.
I like leveling.
I mean, I like leveling too, but if the game is good.
Just for reference, yeah, I played the game in about like 6.5 hours.
Did you play in
for
like
reference? The Gohan Cell fight is I just looked it up on YouTube. Just the Gohan Cell fight, the full fight is 1 hour and 20 minutes.
No, that.
In the anime?
Yeah.
Oh, in the anime.
Oh,
in the anime. Yeah,
because
not the game.
like,
no, in the anime. Which
the game,
for
you
those
have
who don't
infinite
know,
life.
Dragon Ball is like infamous for having ridiculous. Just a single battle will take place over 20 or 30 episodes, and that's not even a joke.
I mean, it did last a long time in this game.
There's a point where,
yeah,
it did last. Yeah, it was like the last 6 of the game, I'd say.
Yeah,
about an hour. Just all in all, the fight and then like all the cutscenes and everything, because there's a surprising amount of cutscenes in this game.
There's also a lot of side quests in this game too. Like this game is very much an RPG. Yeah. There's a lot of fetch quests. Okay, so they have these stupid things called these gold capsules.
I don't remember. I watched Dragon Ball Z a couple times as a kid. I don't remember the Dinosaur King.
He's in Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
all the dinosaur stuff is in the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
yeah.
One reason I like the Android series is because he's fighting people from the Red Ribbon Army, which means nothing to you if you haven't watched the original Dragon Ball.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you don't really need to.
It's
you
the
just
same
know
thing.
what the Red Ribbon Army is. I would not advise anybody watch Dragon Ball anymore.
No, I wouldn't either. And I watched all of it and the movie.
You guys are horrible. I totally would. Come on.
Well, I never really watched the entirety of Dragon Ball. So
I'd suggest people watch like bits and pieces or like
that would be fair. Like watching the highlights.
Yeah, like edited versions of it. I would never tell somebody be like, "Hey, I love the Cell arc in Dragon Ball. You should go watch it. It's 40 hours long. It never ends." Goku at one point starts charging a spirit bomb, and that lasts for about 3 episodes.
Is that in Cell Saga too?
That's a Frieza Saga, to be fair.
Okay, I was gonna say
Frieza Saga. He's charging that spirit bomb for fucking ever.
Oh
yeah,
the Frieza Saga is where I got to when I met Tiff, and I struggled super fucking hard to get through the Frieza fight, and I did not want to keep watching the show after that.
Yeah,
it's understandable.
It's one of those things where it's like I would never tell anybody to watch it, because it's essentially you are sitting through 10 years of your life of build up So one moment when Gohan fights Cell.
Yeah.
And if you manage to give the show that like 10 years of your life, it'll be one of the greatest moments you'll ever experience. But it's a hell of a sacrifice.
Yeah. See, this brings me back to my days in like elementary where I would have to get off the bus and race home because I could only catch the last 15 minutes of an episode, like from when school ended.
Because that's essentially catching the whole episode.
Yeah, and then I would have to like have the VCR tape already in there to record it off of TV so that I would have like the last 15 minutes of seasons of Dragon Ball on tape. Yeah.
You like hit record before you leave. You're recording like 8 hours of TV so you can watch 15 minutes of a show.
Would you like to get ShamWow?
I've done this, but I did this because we were poor growing up, so we didn't have a nice TV with the DVR. But I want to know if anyone else has ever done I've got to record this TV show. I'm going to sit there and record the whole TV show. So I'm going to sit there and watch it, record it, and then go back and pause during the commercials and unpause during the TV show starts.
I never did that. I also record stuff.
It is awful because you've got to it turns into like a planning meeting where you've got to be like, somebody has to be in the house and you've got to have a schedule at 10 minutes before the show starts. You need to be ready. The tape needs to be in the VCR.
Mm-hmm. You were your own DVR back then.
Yeah, it was awful. The past was awful, everybody.
Yeah.
But it's not the good old days like people like to tell us.
No, it was awful. And if somebody called you had to leave the room and go to the telephone room, which was a different room in the house that had a telephone in it. Usually it was the kitchen.
Yeah.
And the telephone had a cord. And so you could only walk like 5 feet away from that area or else you would strangle yourself on the cord.
Okay. One thing I did like about Goku too that amused me was that they found a way to incorporate Garlic Jr., which is I don't think he's really even in the show. He's in a movie because every time you fight random enemies, which are like just regular monsters or snakes or just the regular things that are in the world, they're evil because of Garlic Jr.'s poison or whatever the hell it is.
Isn't Garlic Jr. in the original Dragon Ball though? Because
he is.
Garlic Jr. is present now in Dragon Ball Super, as in.
Oh, is he really?
He's in Dragon Ball Super.
He's in original Dragon Ball. He's in the first Dragon Ball Z movie, which is not canon, but is any of it canon?
That's why I say he should be in the original show because otherwise he wouldn't be in Dragon Ball Super because then they would have to like retcon or some shit.
No, he was in the original show. He was the one that was first looking for the Dragon Balls before Bulma and Goku stumbled onto it with Yamcha.
Yeah. Was he the one with the little dog?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not Garlic Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, I'm Googling because I don't trust you guys.
Garlic Jr. was in. I think they're wrong as well, actually. Because
they are wrong.
Garlic Jr. was in. He wasn't in a movie. He was in Dragon Ball Z. It was the arc between Frieza and Cell.
Yes, he's also in the movie too.
The saga. It was
Frieza Saga, the Trunks Saga, which is also filler, and he's in the movie Dead Zone.
It was an entire saga. Just so everybody understands what we were dealing with when we were young. It was an entire saga of filler.
9 episodes. Yeah, 9 episodes of filler.
Because
the anime had caught up to the manga.
Yeah. Also, all the people out there complaining that Naruto Shippuden was taking forever. They had to keep doing filler because they were in the last 30 episodes of the show. It's like you have nothing to complain about. You have no idea how bad it was back in Dragon Ball, where you had an entire saga, not an arc, a saga of filler that did not matter.
I gotta say though,
I can complain, Stu, because I stopped watching Naruto right when those filler episodes began after the fight between Naruto and Sasuke. I have never gone back to watch Naruto Shippuden. I don't care. I got so burnt out on that shit.
I was watching when they did the Shippuden War arc. The final war arc. I was like, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let the show just exist for about 3 months, and I'll come back in 3 months and I'll finish it. And I came back 3 months later, and I watched the rest of the war arc, and I got to the Naruto Sasuke fight, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do filler again." And I was like, "God damn it! I waited 3 months to get to this point. Just show me the end of the show. We're right there."
I think I'm mixing up Garlic Jr. with this other guy.
That's not Garlic Jr. The picture you sent me.
Are you mixing up with Garlic?
No, I don't remember.
That was his dad was garlic.
I don't remember the guy's name, but enough about this city. I didn't. Oh,
Obviously.
One thing I got to say is this game does start off kind of dark when it shows you the alternate timeline where the androids won. You have Gohan, all an adult now with only one arm, and Trunks, who you don't know who Trunks is, this mysterious Saiyan.
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know their Dragon Ball lore, basically Goku dies of a heart disease, and that's why there's nobody there to really take on the androids when they awaken from their slumber.
That's also
nobody else.
a good rule of thumb.
Because
all
Akira
Dragon Ball lore.
Toriyama has declared that nobody except Goku can be the savior of humanity.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Akira
even when it
Toriyama
was
actually,
Gohan, it was thanks to Goku.
Toriyama has actually said that was a huge mistake. I think at this point, yeah, for
the heart attack or heart disease
Goku continuing to be the hero.
Oh yeah, it
Should
should have been
Gohan.
Gohan.
Yeah, the whole point. So let me just break down the Cell arc for everybody, just thematically. Let me break it down. The Cell arc is so you have Dragon Ball. You immediately start Dragon Ball with the Frieza arc. The Frieza arc is just getting Goku to Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan did not exist in the original Dragon Ball, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So Frieza is just to show that Super Saiyan exists. They're like, we're raising the stakes. We've got these like greater power levels. The universe is getting bigger, essentially. The whole point of the show is the universe is getting bigger. Then you do the Garlic Jr. arc, saga. That doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
I must stress that it doesn't matter. And then the Cell Saga is just the whole thematic point of it is to kill Goku, bring everybody to like bring a good moral arc to every character in the Z Fighters, and get Gohan to take Goku's spot. That was the whole point of it. And then last minute they were like, "Oh, just kidding, Goku's alive again."
Really, you don't even have to watch the Buu saga. Like, if anyone watched up till the end of the Cell saga, it would be fine.
Yeah, that's why I told Mike that he should have stopped when Cell Saga ended, and he would have been fine. We would have.
I've seen a lot of the Buu saga because that was airing on Cartoon Network back in the day when I was in high school.
Yeah,
Tsunami
Forever.
I'm gonna throw a former guest Sam Mercer under the bus because to this day we still argue over whether or not the Cell Saga or the Majin Buu saga is better, and it's the fucking Cell Saga, Sam. You know it is.
Cell Saga.
I haven't even seen it all, and I know that shit.
I mean, I like the only. Okay, the Buu saga isn't bad. It's just subpar compared to the Cell Saga, especially because they take Gohan and strip him down.
Yeah.
I do have
it's a redemption arc for the Buu saga. Only exists as a redemption arc for Mr. Satan. That's all it is.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Vegeta.
No, Vegeta's whole redemption is the Cell Saga.
Yeah,
kinda.
He's a father now.
But we wouldn't have Vegeta's goddamn sacrifice from the Buu saga if the Buu saga didn't exist. So,
and you know what? I will stand by Saiyan Man being funny. I know a lot of people hate Saiyan Man, but I really enjoyed the Saiyan Man stuff.
Right?
No, that's Gohan.
No, it's Gohan.
You're talking about
Gohan.
Man. Okay, I know.
It's
the green guy.
Daughter. It's
Videl.
It's hard to talk about Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
it not sound like an idiot.
I blame Stefan.
Yeah, it's Saiyan Man and
I see.
Is it just Say a Woman is sidekick? But yeah, Say a Woman is Videl Satan.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to the game.
Thank you.
Basically, basically what you're doing is the game is trying to get you 2 story beats, and on the way to story beats, you have to do a couple things like a little missions, like go save children, for instance, at the beginning.
I like that one.
And it felt good because it adds to the story of the character. So I think you play as Gohan doing that.
Yeah.
So it kind of shows Gohan going out and saving children and getting sandwiches.
Yeah. And don't forget getting like rock steak. You gotta punch boulders and get steak out of boulders.
Correct.
Well, that's to heal you.
The Z Fighters in this game are actually trying to kill every endangered species that exists.
Yeah, you are just, and this is Dragon Ball, so you know they're all sentient.
Yes.
Really, this game is just it's just a veiled metaphor for Manifest Destiny.
Right, but they set up the story in this one. Okay, so anyone doesn't know Dragon Ball, because we need to kind of explain a little bit of it. The story is that Goku defeated Frieza, or so we thought, and he's on his way back to Earth, and Trunks has come from the future where the androids took out everyone, and he's going to give a cure to Goku so he doesn't die and warn them of the incoming threat. And I think it starts with Trunks killing Frieza, right?
Killing Frieza and Frieza's dad.
Yep. Frieza's dad.
That felt like a scene that was
King
only
Cold.
because this
King
Frieza
Cold.
is supposed to be as powerful or more powerful than the Frieza that Goku killed, right?
Right.
Okay, so this was just like, hey, look, we have an even more powerful character introduced. Now.
This is when Dragon Ball kind of was like power levels are bullshit. It doesn't matter. It's just like, hey, you remember this character that killed Krillin and everybody else and almost killed or did kill Piccolo and killed Vegeta? Yeah, he just got taken out by a guy with a sword.
Is he supposed to be weaker?
He's stronger.
I always thought
Frieza
that
is stronger, and he's got his father King Cold with him there, who
dies
also
instantly,
stronger than Frieza, and they both
so
get killed
after
play.
Because Frieza got put back together like a bunch of like cybernetic Frieza, but after Frieza dies in this scene,
it's like Darth Vader.
I always thought Frieza was a she, by the way, because of the voiceover in the American version.
It's like a androgynous male character.
Well, I know why now that Frieza's like Frieza, which I'm not going to say on here, but so it makes more sense what they were
Frieza's
going
a short king. I don't know if anybody who listens to our show knows like slang today.
I have no idea where you're going.
I don't know.
Frieza's just anyone out there who gets it. Frieza's a total short king. He's got that short king energy.
Okay.
And then moving on.
Yes. You have King Cold. Was King Cold supposed to be more powerful than Frieza?
Yeah, King Cold is more powerful than.
Okay, and then doesn't Trunks just kill him? Like in the game, I know it's like one hit. He just hits him and kills him.
So Trunks takes out Frieza, and then King Cold says, "Oh, you killed my son or whatever. Now, do you just want to come and join me?"
I think they keep it even more ambiguous. Doesn't he say like, "You've killed my darling"? Like,
yeah,
you killed my baby.
You killed my little king.
My little king, my short king. You've killed my short king.
Oh God. Here we go again.
Google.
I'm gonna go Google short king.
We are not moving past this till Stu explain. No, I'm just kidding.
A short king is just
keep going.
A short dude that is like a short king is just a short dude that like under 5'9", who they tend to be. This is just a general term. They tend to be a little bit more like bold. The nicest way of saying it, to make up for the fact that they're short.
Yeah, I get it.
Insecure about their height and try to make up for it by acting more masculine, like bodybuilding and lifting. What Urban Dictionary said.
Napoleon was a short king.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also a dead man. But hey.
See, why didn't you just compare him to Napoleon, and we would have gotten it, I think.
Napoleon was dead man. Also, he was born like 200 years ago, so he would have been a dead man anyway. But was Napoleon born 200 years ago? I don't know how. I don't know my French.
1700s.
I don't know. 2003 was 5 years ago, so whatever.
Okay. And then after Trunks comes up, his whole reasoning for coming here is to give Goku the heart medicine, and they have to wait 3 years for the androids to show up.
Yeah, right. And they gotta train their asses off.
And they still suck.
Which they should have just used that whole time to go into the hyperbolic time chamber.
Exactly. You can't just go into the hyperbolic time chamber, Stefan. It's stressful on your body.
Oh God.
The rules are very
clear. Could do it.
And Cammy and Piccolo hadn't fused yet, so they didn't have free reign.
One of the strongest fighters in the universe could do it. Why can't you? Krillin.
Why the hell is Yamcha? Like, Yamcha plays a big part in this game. Well, he's just around. I shouldn't say he plays a big part.
He's more
but he's just. Well, he beat my ass, actually. I randomly went into the room where you can fight Yamcha as Gohan, and he killed me, and I was embarrassed I was beaten by Yamcha.
You know what? I'm going to squash this right now. Yamcha gets unfairly shit on in Dragon Ball. Everyone's like, oh, Yamcha is like, he's useless.
Cyberman.
Yeah, compared to like the fucking god aliens that are coming from space, he's useless. But like, dude learned Kamehameha by himself without help. That's impressive.
Didn't he also learn a mini spirit bomb technique as well?
Yeah, he did. He learned the spirit bomb, which Goku had to learn from a literal god. He had to go ask for a god to tell him. And Yamcha was like, nah, I'm going to go off in the woods for like a month and I'll teach it myself. I'll be fine.
I will say he has one of the coolest name moves in Dragon Ball Z. In one of the games, I think it's the Wolfman Fist.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows that. Does anyone know how to say Piccolo's move?
Which one?
The Mankan Kosapo.
Oh, no. Hell no.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Akakosapo. It's the this. I think in the dub, it's like the super spirit beam or something.
It's spirit. It's something like that. Tri-beam or something.
Yeah.
I know that's Tien.
No, it's not tri-beam.
Tien's.
Tien is another character that, like in Dragon Ball, Tien and Yamcha make sense, but in Dragon Ball Z, when you have Vegeta and Trunks and all, everybody, they make no sense why they're in here. Still.
Again, I gotta stand up for my boy Tien. I don't know why I'm getting so tier, dude. I don't know why I'm getting like so fucking weird. Right? Talking about Short King. I gotta stand up for my boy. I stand with Tien. All right, Tien fucked Cell up.
Exactly.
Not in this game.
No, not in this game.
Not
but
in the game, but in the
Cell Saga.
You know,
in
when
the show.
Yeah, in the show. You know, when in the fight, after Vegeta loses to which one was it? Perfect Cell.
Yeah, it was semi-perfect Cell.
Semi-perfect Cell. You know that Tien like throws some key blast at Cell in the game. In the show, he uses the tri-beam to make a really big hole in the earth, basically trying to destroy Cell.
It's one of my favorite DBZ moments.
Oh yeah, that part's great.
That was like, that's why I like the Cell Saga so much. Is every character gets their little moments,
except for Yamcha.
Yamcha.
Also,
he holds the sensu beans for a while. And then gives them the
you pick on Yamcha, and yet you let Yajirobe live, right?
You kill him?
Yeah.
All he does is bring sensu beans. What good is that?
Yajirobe is an important part of the Dragon Ball ecosystem.
Hey, I needed those potions that I saved forever. So
I think that I only use
teleportation power. Goku is going to instantly teleport to the fucking lookout to get his goddamn sensu beams. No, he's busy. He does not give a shit, and he's an idiot.
One thing we had
to make an effort to bring the sensu beams, or else everybody will die.
That we hadn't mentioned with this game is the game does let you play between 5 different characters throughout the game, and you can read 6.
Yeah. Yep.
I should.
Doesn't
count.
Okay,
yes,
so
he
does not count.
This is one of my complaints about this game. It's called The Legacy of Goku 2. And Goku is the last character you can unlock in the game.
You know what? It reminds me a lot of Mega Man X7, where you literally play as Axel and Zero for the entire game, except for the last third, where you actually play as Mega Man X. It is literally the exact same problem.
May I again defend Dragon Ball by saying the title makes more sense with Legacy of Goku here than it does in the first game, because you mainly play as Gohan, and Gohan is the Legacy of Goku.
First game is only Goku.
Yeah. The first game is literally like Goku's start in the series. It shouldn't be called Legacy. It's before the fucking Dragon Ball Z series even really starts.
It's an introspective title.
Yeah. Looking back.
My legacy. How much I.
All right, but also in this game, you get
Goku in a velvet chair with a robe on and a pipe. Looking back,
start
my
off
time
with
on
Gohan. You get Piccolo, then you get Vegeta and Trunks, and then you eventually get Goku near the midway, near the end of the game.
It's literally the end. Like, you only needed to open
Gohan's dad before
2 doors.
More than that, but yeah.
I was just waiting to see if the joke would land.
What was it?
Okay, one thing about this game is that it lets you revisit.
That you get Gohan's dad before you pick up Goku. That was funny.
Mike is trying so hard to move us along right now.
I'm trying. It's hard.
I just want to talk about Dragon Ball.
I know. Yeah. I knew when this was on the list.
You knew, Mike, what you were getting yourself into.
Mike was like, "Oh, this will be a short episode." I'm like, "We're talking about Dragon Ball. It's not good. It's like, come on."
There's no such thing as a regular short episode lately. Every episode we've done has been over 2 hours. Even when I tried to rush us the last couple of weeks because I was busy, we still went over 2 hours every episode.
Basically, every time Mike says this is going to be a short episode, it immediately jinxes us.
Challenge accepted.
But as we're saying, Mike.
Okay, as I was saying, like one thing when you get to I did like the fact this game has a couple different towns that you can explore. It has a bunch of random areas where you can explore and fight random enemies just to level up, which I really like. Like I love the fact that this game lets you do that often, and it gives you a reason to. The game will find different story beats, and it will tell you on the world map. I love the fact that there's a world map you can fly around on.
If you like that, you should actually play Budokai 3 because it has the exact same thing. It has an overworld, and that's how you get to each fight.
I know what I'm going to be.
It's a fighting game, but you actually do have to travel and even look for the Dragon Balls as well at some point.
Give me 1 second. We'll keep going.
Oh boy.
The new one coming out, Kakarot, is like straight up open world, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have not. Here's the deal. I know it exists, but I have not seen that much about it because it reminds me too much of Xenoverse in a way. And I'm like, I played Xenoverse 2 and it's all right, but
it kind of looks
didn't know
like
it was coming
Metal
out.
Gear 5 or something, like where it's going to be an open world with nothing in it.
That would be awful.
Yeah.
can't
But
we
that's
just
what it
get
looks like.
like a
I didn't know it
good
was a
3D? You know who should? I was actually thinking who should do like a Dragon Ball Z game, Platinum Games. I know that they're not doing like these licensed games anymore. Like, did any of you play Transformers Devastation?
Yes.
Basically, I've always said it. Platinum Games should do a Dragon Ball Z game or a Power Rangers game. Just full on beat 'em up and just leveling up and
I don't know. I'm kind of weary because didn't they just do that terrible or kind of terrible TMNT game?
that was quite some years, Stefan. Not that.
Oh,
not that
okay.
like the
I'm
last.
dumb. I was like looking up. I was trying to figure out like which Platinum games I've played. They just fucking released Astral Train. I just played that
Exactly.
over
Yes,
over the winter break. That was really good.
Astral Train. Yes.
I haven't
Yeah.
played it.
Astral Chain is good. I still prefer Nier Automata over it.
I
But
haven't played Nier Automata yet.
Nier Automata is so good. Though I think that I like that one because of the weirdness of Yoko Taro and all that. But the gameplay, it's pure Platinum, with a little bit of shoot 'em up here and there as well. It mixes some genres together. But
See, I've always felt like there's like some really interesting things you could do with Dragon Ball games.
Yeah,
I can never think of what mechanic, like what game engine would perfectly encapsulate that. 'Cause I
an
just don't know.
RPG, a
Mhm.
good 3D RPG that is not Dragon Ball Z Sagas, because fuck that shit.
Mhm. I guess it does kind of lend itself to like any sort of like grinding beat 'em up game.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's
much.
just one of those things where it's like at some point power levels mean nothing in Dragon Ball. So how do you build with that?
If not Platinum, the other ones that could be done would be like a Dragon Ball Z Dynasty Warriors game, which is
Oh,
How has that not been done yet?
I know
That's an
that is one thing that I always ask. How have they done literally almost everything and they haven't done a Dragon Ball Z Dynasty Warriors game? Like,
you just call it Dragon Ball Warriors.
exactly.
Is there already a Dragon Ball Warriors? I'm sure there is.
No, I don't.
Dragon
think
Ball
there
Warriors
is.
with a Z.
Dragon Ball Warriors, Tenkenchi Gaiden 2.
I mean, yeah, they
RX.
would call it like Dragon Ball Heroes or something. No, they can't use that one though.
Dragon Ball Z Warriors Macaque and Sapo Awakened. That's what they'll call it.
Okay. Now that I'm back, one thing I also want to mention is like I can't be the only one that thinks Android 19, the big clown, is the dumbest fucking character in all of Dragon Ball. One of the dumbest characters in
Looks
Dragon Ball.
creepy.
Oh yeah. He's a bitch. He's a bitch and he dies like a bitch.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
Hot take here. But
No, I don't think it's a hot
cold
take. I
take.
think
That's a pretty cold
I
take,
think
yeah.
that literally no one cares about the Android 19.
Stupid character.
Well, the whole
Don't-
they're red
There's-
herrings. They're
There's one guy out there right now really pissed off that we just dissed Android 19.
I mean,
What do you say about my Android 19? I've
gotta tear you apart, motherfucker. Like I thought it's funny that
Mike,
when Android 19 and 20 show up, Trunks has no idea who they are. Like I did like the whole idea of a time paradox by him coming
well,
back.
if you like
by
that,
him
I've got a show for you
a bridge.
because that's literally what happens in Dragon Ball. Trunks shows up and he's like, "Who are those?" And they're like, "They're the androids." And he's like, "Those aren't the androids." And they're like, "What the fuck, Trunks? Those are the only androids that we see."
So what was the change that made them come out?
Well, because they were under control by the other android.
Wait,
I
hold
forget his
on.
name.
Don't say. I want to know because Mike never watched this part of the show. How do you
Some
say
of
the
it.
doctor's name?
Jiro.
Giro.
Dr. Jiro.
Giro. Yeah.
Dr.
So-
Giro.
Jiro.
Is how you say it.
He,
Yeah.
well, basically
Dr.
what happened, Mike.
Dr. Hero. Dr.
Yeah. Basically, what happened is he had them under control, and he was using like a remote control to like make them stop whenever he wanted to, and then they eventually got it away from him, and they kill him because they didn't like being under his foot.
Okay, that happens in this game too.
Yeah, but what Mike is
It was a
saying is
detonator. He had bombs in their chests.
what triggered that? It was Android 19 and 20 that showed up where Trunks said they would show up instead of 18 and 17.
Right.
Yeah. Like, what was the change? And I think that it was Cell arriving with the time capsule that also that may have changed it.
Yes. Yeah. It was essentially, yeah. Trunks coming back changed the future enough that 19 and 20 were able to, 19 and Zero were able to appear rather than Android 17 and 18.
Okay. Because Cell comes back. Cell comes back from the future as well in his own time capsule.
Cell killed future Trunks in the future at some point, and then comes back
in his future. This is basically just like, you know, different timelines and shit, and everybody's coming from different timelines. Time travel, Mike.
Dragon Ball Z works off multiverse theory, so it's like Trunks's future is a different timeline to the time it's a different dimension to the time he comes back to. So it's like if he comes back and changes something, it doesn't affect his future.
Okay,
it's totally different.
In the words of Tony Stark, when you bite time, it tends to bite back or fight or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember. I saw Avengers the other day.
You butchered that line. I don't remember the line, but I know that wasn't the line.
I watched the movie yesterday, and I already forgot how the line goes.
This is really gonna make people mad at me. I still haven't seen Endgame.
Disney Plus, you can solve that.
I watched Infinity War, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
No, you are not done.
I was good.
Infinity War is the better movie.
I'm gonna go Super Saiyan on you right now, Stu. You better go watch it.
Endgame has been explained to me, and so I know everything that happened.
No,
and I'm like, okay.
No, you need to experience it, man. It's not just a movie, man.
Ugly Android
experience.
So Vegeta kills 19, right? If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Because Vegeta just goes Super Saiyan for the first time.
So
when they're fighting the Android.
So one of the
and in the show he does the cool move, the Super Vegeta's Big Bang Attack.
Oh, Big Bang Attack, yeah.
And he blows up. Yeah, that's
that's
the problem with this game. Everything is just Ki Blast instead of
it's
a signature.
Throw an energy ball at something.
Well,
unless you're Krillin, and you throw a disc. That's the only difference.
You can change up the moves. Like there's a key. I mean, each character unlocks other moves as they progress through the game.
No, I know that, but I mean in the cutscenes, like.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody does a cool shit in the show, here in the game, it's a Ki Blast. That's
every move in Dragon Ball, including in the show, everything. It's all just the same attack, just like a different color. Like the Spirit Bomb is just a really big Kamehameha. Let's face it.
Oh God.
But basically, what happened in the show and in the game as well is that Vegeta can't take it that Goku has surpassed him in becoming a Super Saiyan because he's the Prince of Saiyans.
Mm-hmm.
So what he does, he gets in a spaceship and obviously just goes to the moon because that's what you do when you're pissed off. You just fly to the moon. And he goes there and he just starts screaming and crapping his pants, and then he becomes a Super Saiyan.
It's not his spaceship, Stefan. He steals Bulma's spaceship.
That's right. His future wife.
How the hell
he steals the spaceship with Bulma, goes to the moon, and works out for a year.
I was just as confused as they were when they find out that Trunks is Vegeta's son and Bulma's son when Bulma's was Yamcha, which I also think is funny that even another kick against Yamcha, he loses Bulma.
He was always
they break up in they break up at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the beginning of the Frieza arc is like, hey, like what's new with everybody? Oh, Bulma and Yamcha broke up. Also, Goku as a kid. That's literally how they explain that Goku as a kid. They're like, oh yeah, Gohan's here now.
It's been a long time.
Somebody help me out real quick, because there's a meme, or not a meme, a GIF where like Trunks and waves bye to Vegeta when he's leaving, and Vegeta flips him off, and he flips him off back.
That's from DBZ Abridged.
Okay, I was like, I can't remember if that's in the show or not. Where is that? Oh.
This is why I love DBZ Abridged. I watched Dragon Ball as a kid, and then I stopped caring about it for years. I was just like, like I tried to watch it again in college, and I was like, I can't rewatch Dragon Ball at this point. Since DBZ Abridged is in its like going into its 4th season, they've covered the entire everything up to the Cell arc at this point. I have fallen back in love with Dragon Ball because of it.
Yeah,
because they capture those characters so hilariously. Yeah, just like Vegeta flipping off his own son is so perfect.
Yes, Team 4-star.
He is
right?
such a bitch to him, too. There's a point where in DBZ Abridged where Trunks is like I can't believe you're my dad, or I can't believe I'm your son, and Vegeta's just like, and are you as disappointed as I am? Just like such a bitch to him the entire time.
Okay, and then because Vegeta kills Android 19. Android 20 is killed by Android 17, the brother and
Dr.
sister.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, whatever. Fuck. Is it just me or Doc?
You're the only one I know
Android's-
who calls him Android 20. Everybody else calls him Dr. Zero.
Yeah, Dr. Juro.
Well, I always thought because Android 16, 17, or no, 17 to 18 are the ones that just look like. To me, they always look like they belonged in Beavis and Butthead. I don't know why, but for some reason that I always saw that.
I
It's
could see
because of
them
their
actually
big
appearing in
foreheads?
Beavis. That sounds like a Beavis and Butthead crossover episode. That would absolutely happen.
Damn it! 18.
Yeah, it's got to be the foreheads.
It's the foreheads.
It's the
I want to
foreheads for
kill.
sure.
I want to kill. I want to fuck him up. I want to fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Android
Beavis
16.
Butthead puts his shirt over his head, runs at Android 17, just gets fucking clotheslines. I can see that happening.
Wasn't Android 16 like a pacifist kind of thing, or?
Android 16 is okay. So Android 16 is Dr. Zero's son, who was a soldier in the Red Ribbon Army who was killed by Goku. That's why Dr. Zero wants to kill Goku.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's not explained
That's
in this video.
not
game,
covered
by
in
the
the
way.
game.
Yeah.
I like how you're the one who played. You're the one who watched Dragon Ball, and now I'm explaining Dragon Ball to you.
It's been a
Exactly.
long time.
Dr. Zero was a Red Ribbon Army scientist. His son was a Red Ribbon Army soldier who was killed by Goku. He brings him back as an android. That's why he became like an android scientist. Also, they're not really androids; they're just called androids in the show. But
Well,
they're not
Dr.
actually androids; they're
Dr.
cyborgs.
Yeah, they're more
Zero
like
put his
cyborgs.
brain in a robot, right?
Yeah, that's also that's covered really well in DBZ Abridged, where they're like, wait, like he wakes up 17, 18. They're like, why are you so obsessed with making androids? Wait, did you make yourself an android? It's like, oh, of course I did. Like, how did you do that? And he's like, I don't remember. How did I do that?
Are 17, 18 based on people too, then, or?
They are based
they were
on
human.
just two randos named Lapis Lazuli.
Okay.
They're like two strangers, like two orphans he picked up, and it was like, you're gonna be androids now.
Okay, so there were people who he convert. Okay,
Yeah.
They
That's
were
fucking
people.
weird.
He converted them to androids, which is why basically the only reason that they were people previously is because they needed Krillin to have a girlfriend by the end of the saga.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that they are still people.
He needs to
Don't
get
give me
laid.
that. Is just so stupid.
They just want Krillin to get laid.
Yeah.
I hate everything about like when they get Dragon Ball. We'll talk about that later. But also like when I know you have Kami and Piccolo who fuse, which I forgot
Yes.
about all that, even though I watched this before.
Oh, that stuff's great.
And then I see Mr. Popo, and I'm like, "Oh, Mr. Popo,
Popo.
you."
No,
Someone
do
that-
not-
Horrific
Oh, but-
monster that should be destroyed.
we do not talk about Mr. Popo or Jinx from Pokemon.
Well, Jinx, I never noticed until way later. Mr. Popo, I
I
noticed.
mean,
really quick.
they changed Jinx too to a more purple color so that
Yeah, but not
in Dragon Ball.
Pokemon. Red and
Dragon Ball
blue.
Kids,
Kids, it's not blackface. It's like, yeah, you didn't try. Like, just get rid of it.
Yeah,
There
I
are
mean,
like 2,000 Pokemon. It'd be fine if you lost one. It's okay.
well, you got Sword and Shield. They lost a few. People were all upset about that.
oh boy, no.
Yeah. Did they lose Jinx? Jinx is not in Sword and Shield, right?
Jinx is not in Sword and Shield. No.
Good. What if that's how they did it? What if they needed to get rid of like 600 Pokemon to cover up that they were getting rid of Jinx? Because no one's talking about how Jinx is gone, but everyone else is talking about losing their national dex or whatever.
Not me. No.
But also, like this game, I like the boss fights. In this game, has a lot of boss fights, which is they try any like the big fights in the show. They try to fit together into a boss fight. The only thing annoying is
Dragon Ball.
They do a lot of times where the boss will refill their health at some point during the fight.
Oh yeah.
The only one that did that was Cell for me. I don't know.
So, well, they don't refill during the fight, but like you'll beat them to a certain point, and then the fight will continue, and they have full, and you know, you just gotta keep fighting them, I guess.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, okay,
I think that's a detriment to the game actually, because it's trying to fit in these story bits while doing a mechanically making it a game in some way, which doesn't really always work.
Yeah, they need to come out because if every Dragon Ball fight is essentially the same, which as somebody that enjoyed Dragon Ball growing up, I can tell you for sure every Dragon Ball fight is 100% the same. It's the good guy kills the bad guy, but the bad guy has a transformation and he kills one of the good guy's friends, and then the good guy gets upset and he kills the bad guy again, but the bad guy has a third transformation, and now the good guy can kill him, but not before the good guy almost dies. That's every fucking fight.
Why do we like this show?
Fail. Because
question it.
Well,
because we want to be blonde men with blue eye. Oh, never mind.
That's a little bit different there. All right.
No. Oh Jesus! I was a Vegeta fan. Excuse you. Black hair, black eyes, mustache.
There's so many enemies that they incorporate in this game, and a lot of them I kind of recognized from Dragon Ball. Like just some of like the mercenaries and things that you randomly fight, and the Petrodactyl and the dinosaurs and all that. Reminded me so much of original Dragon Ball. And I kind of like how they found a way just to throw those in as the regular enemies you're fighting all the time.
Yeah, and the sprites are done pretty well too.
Yeah, this game has. I think this game has good artwork.
Somebody did really good bit mapping.
I really enjoyed this game.
The reason I think I enjoyed the show so much was partially because the music was so fucking like hyper and bombastic every single episode, which just like gets you into the goddamn episode. Which I'm gonna complain about with the game. This is my main complaint with the game. Is there's a theme in Dragon Ball when Gohan becomes Super Saiyan 2. It is like the moment in Dragon Ball. It's like you know all the memes like people saying like they held their hands up in the air when Goku did the spirit bomb against Frieza. It's like everyone had to help Goku. I remember Gohan turning Super Saiyan 2 and it plays the Gohan's anger theme, and that shit fucking just beats the door down. That is like the best. If you want to work out, like if you need a good workout song, just look up I think the guy's name who does the music is Friedrich Habetler or something. Friedrich Habetler.
We should actually get that
the
name
Gohan's
right,
anger theme.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up. I don't know how to say it. I think it's Friedrich Habetler. Habetler. It fucking the Gohan's anger theme fucking rocks, and it is like that will get you motivated no matter what. My main complaint with this game is that the Gohan's anger theme is used as the like overworld music, and when you fight Cell, they use a different song, and I don't know why they did that.
They do.
I really couldn't tell you because I had that shit on mute. I was using the Mike Albertin technique of just having something else on the background and me playing it on mute.
See, I was
way to play this game.
Listening the whole game because I was listening the whole time because I was listening for the Dragon Ball music. I was trying to listen for like the songs I recognized, and I was like, why is the game starts? I'm like, why is Gohan's anger playing? Are they going to do like a flashback thing? And no, just the overworld music is. I'm so upset. The overall music it's Gohan's anger like stripped down to just the melody, and it's played on like I mean it's the the Game Boy Advance equivalent of essentially like a flute, and I don't know why they did that. It's hard to explain how weird it is to do that. It's like I'm trying to think of like if you played like a Star Wars game and just if you played Fallen Order and then just the music of Fallen Order was like the Darth Vader theme.
I'm pretty sure there has got to be a Star Wars game where they use one of the thematic battle battle themes for the overworld or something. I'm very much sure that I've played something like that.
It'd be like, let's say you're playing a Star Wars game and the bad guy is going to be Palpatine. And it's like the entire game, they're using like Palpatine's theme as the overall music. And then when you fight Palpatine, they play a different song. They play like Rey's theme, or they play like
the Cantina Band
theme. Yeah, they play the Cantina. So that's exactly what it is. The entire game you're hearing Palpatine's song, you fight Palpatine, and they play the goddamn Cantina music. Like, that is exactly the same as what they did in this game, and I don't know why they did that. It's so confusing.
I would actually kind of enjoy that. Actually, that
would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Play our joke Star Wars game.
Oh boy.
It's just a prank on every Star Wars fan. I'd be so mad, but give it like a year, and I'd be like, that's the funniest thing that ever happened.
Okay. I have a question maybe one of you guys can answer. So as the game progresses and DBZ progresses, you get to a point where they go in the hyperbolic time chamber that we had mentioned a little bit before.
Yes.
And what the hell is Ascended Saiyans? That when they come out, they're Ascended Saiyans.
It's not
Anybody?
really Super Saiyan 2. It's kind of in between. Basically, it's them just being bulkier, because in the game it doesn't. I mean,
You move slower.
Yeah, you move slower. In
And
the
it's
show,
super annoying.
yes. In the show, you can see
yeah.
that they are like bulkier. You know.
Oh, I thought it was when they just talked about their feelings. That's
No. It's
Joke failed.
no.
Yeah,
No,
the
sir.
Ascended. Yeah, the Ascended Saiyan. The Ascended Saiyan, like form is you're stronger but you're slower, and so it's actually like useless as a form, which they kind of cover in the show and the game a little bit. They're just like, this is dumb. You shouldn't do this. You're gonna get your
They
ass
do
kicked
cover
by
it.
literally anybody.
Because I didn't like it, because one of the things I liked about in this game, when you go Super Saiyan, you move a lot faster. And that was nice to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That is when the game is actually
game.
playable for me.
It's just the game in general. Like, this game plays a lot better when you can move faster, because if you're moving slower, you're going to you can just get punched and get into a system where they just keep punching you and you can't do anything about it.
I'm gonna say, Mike,
That's Dragon Ball, baby.
I just hate that there wasn't. I know that the Game Boy Advance was limited to a couple buttons. I mean, it had 2 more buttons than the Game Boy Color, though. But whatever.
Yes,
I hate that there is not a block button, like something that you can, like, whenever the enemy's gonna attack, just block it instead of trying to get out of the goddamn way, because sometimes you cannot hit an enemy, but they will hit you. And I definitely
know how to dodge.
There's no dodge button in this.
There's no dodge.
Out there who's
This isn't Dark Souls.
Because that's
He just
Dragon Ball Z.
Don't listen to
Bridge
him.
is
He's
a running
just
joke
being-
where Piccolo is just trying to teach Gohan how to dodge, and he just throws shit at him and yells, "Dodge!" And it's a running theme in the actual show is Gohan does not learn how to dodge until the Cell fight. That's when he finally learns how to dodge attacks.
I hold you accountable, Stefan, for this.
you would think that dodging is an essential technique of a fighter.
Fucking nobody
dodge a
dodges
key
in
blast,
Dragon Ball. They all just
You can dodge a rock, right? Something like that.
You can learn a key blast first and then how to dodge. Is the last technique.
Well, you guys
I think
didn't use
based
the
on-
instant transmission. You could use that.
All right.
No,
This
is not Budokai.
I
So
was just
in the
blowing out candles with my Kamehameha. I thought that's what you were supposed to do.
Oh
Based on
God,
the movie,
no.
that's
Okay,
what the
shut it
Kamehameha
down.
is,
Shut it
right?
down, Mike.
Okay,
Mike,
I got
go
it,
back to the
Joe.
game.
Okay,
Based on the movie, the Kamehameha is blowing out candles and bringing people back to life, right?
Don't you dare!
You opened
talk
up a
about
can
that
of
piece
worms.
shit.
You brought a memory back that I completely forgot about, but now I'm going to share to everyone that listens to this podcast. So when I was back in high school, I don't remember the website, but there was some website that could teach you how to do key blast, like it was a real thing. And I remember a couple of people that I knew that were like, "Yeah, you got to meditate and do this." And I swear, this one time I felt something touch me, and he was like this far away. Spoiler alert! I'm pretty sure it never happened. It was called drugs. I'm pretty sure it was called drugs. Lots of drugs. And I just remember that. And I remember going to this website. I remember reading these different things. I remember sitting in my backyard and trying to meditate to try to to see if any of this stuff would work. Spoiler alert, it didn't work.
Has anybody seen? There is, oh my God, there is a fucking video out there of I don't remember the name. It's supposedly a quote unquote keymaster fighter who sold these martial arts classes based on the theme that he could teach you how to fight with ki. That was his whole thing. All right. I'm gonna if anyone out there is just look up ki fighter versus MMA. Some fucking MMA guy was He was like, nobody will even challenge me because I'm a keymaster and they don't even know how to fight me. Some fucking MMA guy was like, I'll fight you. I'm not even kidding. The fight is like 2 minutes and the keymaster gets his ass beaten so badly. It's so fucking funny.
It sounds like a real life Hercule.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's real live Mr. Satan. It is so fucking fun. The guy's like, he's just some like con man that just gets his ass handed to him. And I have to wonder if like, before that fight started, you know, that guy was like, what if it actually works? What if it actually works and takes out this MMA guy? And he had time to think that before the fucking fist went through his face. It is so funny. I cannot stress how like crazy this fucking fight is.
Legacy of Goku 2. Let's go.
I feel responsible for this rant because I started it.
I'm gonna ask you guys a couple questions real quick.
Please.
Where do you put Vegeta after you kill him?
Wait, what do you mean?
Where do you put Vegeta after you kill him? In the Frieza.
Oh my god. I was like trying to think of the game. I was like, when do you kill Vegeta in the Cell Saga?
The only place they go when they die is up. They get a little halo and then they start the game.
Hold on, I have a couple more.
Oh no. Mike, take control. Mike. Go.
Where does Vegeta get the energy to fly? Red Bulma. It gives you wings.
Okay, we're done. All right. So who kills? Because I know they fight Android 17 and 18 with Vegeta, but they don't beat either of them, I want to say, because Cell eats both of them later.
Okay, so quick
also,
breakdown
that part pisses me off. When Vegeta's just like, because Cell's like, I'm not at my perfect form. And Vegeta's like, okay, I'll let you eat the other android because I want to fight the real Cell. Yeah, that worked out real well for him.
Because we've established that
Cell plays Vegeta and Trunks loses it.
I think that it's established in Dragon Ball that both Goku and Vegeta are a couple of jackass, stupid idiots.
Oh, they're completely moronic.
They both do the exact same thing. Oh yeah, no, run along. I want to see your full power.
Is why Vegeta's better is Vegeta learns. Vegeta learns his lesson and gets better. Goku's still like Dragon Ball Super's out now, and Goku's still like, oh, I'm gonna let you power up and destroy the entire planet. I'll just wish him back later. I want to beat you at your. I don't care how many people die, as long as you're at your top skill when I defeat you. And like after the Cell Saga, Vegeta's like, fuck that. I got a kid. I gotta go to work and take care of my family. Fuck you, Goku.
I think Vegeta did it more out of pride.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, his whole thing was like Goku fights the androids, gets his ass kicked, and so Vegeta's like, well, I'm just gonna go Super Saiyan and I'll kill the androids, and that way I'll be better than Goku. And then Vegeta gets his ass kicked. He's like, well, I couldn't beat the androids, but surely I can beat Cell, who's stronger than both of them combined.
It's just so stupid. And one thing I want to mention that they do a good job of showing in this game. I've forgotten about in the show. When you first find out Cell exists and a whole town goes missing, you go in the town, you just see a bunch of empty clothes laying all over the place.
Oh,
right.
I forgot about that scene,
that legitimately freaked me out in the show. That actually became like a fear of mine that I would wake up and like all of my city would be gone and it would just be like leftovers and shit. Cell actually freaked me out.
Mm-hmm.
Cell did this. I just start training. I start punching trees and boulders and shit.
It won't be long before you're like, okay, I'm done. I'll just go raid everyone's house.
Like, my hand's all bloody and broken. I'm already blonde, so I guess I would just have to get some like pomade and spike my hair up.
Yeah, I don't think that would work out the same.
I like there aren't any blonde people in Dragon Ball who would go Super Saiyan, are there? So I was trying to think what would happen if somebody who's blonde went Super Saiyan. Would they just be more blonde or
later?
No, he has like pink hair. His hair is lilac.
It's purple.
Yeah, it's purple.
I don't know.
They changed like a light
blue.
It's a very light purple.
Yeah.
It's a how Dragon Ball logic works is that your kid looks like if your dad and your mom just like mixed in a petri dish. And so everybody knows that the combination of black and blue is light purple? Question mark.
Oh, another question I have for you guys. I had forgotten about this character until I was playing this game. When you go to Roshi's Island, a couple different points in this game, they have Miriam, who looks like Bulma.
Marin.
Marin?
Marin.
Whatever the fuck her name is. who looks like Bulma, who's like a completely ditzy girl that Roshi's just trying to take advantage of, right?
That's his,
I literally don't remember about anything about her before.
You're talking about that was Krillin's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, she's in the original Dragon Ball.
Oh, the one that gets like mad and changes into like
no,
two
that's
different
another
personalities.
one. No, that's another.
No. You're talking about you're confusing Marin and I think Launch.
Yeah, Launch.
Yeah.
Oh, Launch the purple hair, then she goes blonde.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone forgets about Launch. She's never.
In theory, she's the first Super Saiyan because
Launch is still out there somewhere. She's just out there. She's out there fighting like the rest of like Frieza's troops, like keeping them away from Earth.
Isn't
there gonna be a plot twist that she turned out to be a goddamn Saiyan all this time?
It's just because Dragon Ball is such a different thing. Like in original Dragon Ball, one of the strongest fighters that Goku fights is Tien. And when you get to Z, Tien is not the strongest fighter.
Hey. He's still a powerhouse.
Fuck Tien.
Again, Tien,
when compared to the entire universe,
Cell, man.
Not in this game.
Yeah, Tien held his own against essentially a god. He still fucks shit up, dude.
Oh,
yeah, he's not like that's Dragon Ball now is like they've lost the plot. They have no idea. There's like power levels don't make sense anymore. That they're still trying to get stronger and stronger enemies. And so Goku is now literally fighting like that universe's literal god. But back in Cell arc, Tien is still fucking up Cell. He is still putting the work in.
Didn't Tien participate in a tournament of power in Dragon Ball Super?
I don't remember. I know
Master Roshi was there. I don't know. I haven't watched. I've only watched like the first 3 seasons of Super. I watched the last fight against Jiren of DBZ.
Wow.
DBS.
The last fight I remember watching in Dragon Ball Z. The last fight I remember watching in Dragon Ball altogether was when Krillin did the. Oh no, I think this was before the Majin Buu fight. So maybe I don't know. It's after Marin, for some reason, Krillin dated a girl named Marin and then named his daughter Marin, which is just confusing.
But it's a different. It's spelled differently because it's M-E-R-R-I.
It's got like 2 R's instead of 1.
He just really likes the name.
Marin is M-A-R-O-N. Not the same.
The last fight I remember of Krillin is he does a human tournament fight and he destroys. And his daughter the entire time is like, "Oh, my dad's gonna get kicked, like his ass kicked because he's just my stupid dad." And Yamcha's there, and he's like, "You know, your dad is like the strongest human around, right?" And she's like, "No," and he just destroys the fucking tournament. And she's like, "Oh, I guess my dad is actually strong."
Okay.
I want to say at that point, Krillin had grown a goatee or something, so I think this was quite late to Z.
No, wasn't it a mustache, or was that Vegeta?
Maybe it was just a mustache.
What? I think it was. Yeah, in the Buu series,
a mustache is just part of a goatee.
Yeah, in the Buu saga,
Vegeta grew the mustache.
Grows a mustache. Yeah,
Krillin grows a.
He
has hair. That's what
he grows hair.
Krillin grows hair. That's the weird thing about it. Yeah,
and he's a police officer in that one, or was it in Super?
He's I
don't remember where
Super is a police officer. In Dragon Ball Z, he's still a Buddhist monk.
He grows
at
hair?
some point he stops being a Buddhist monk and he grows hair out. Yeah.
He grows hair, or it's a toupee.
No, he grows hair because then he has to shave it. When he goes back to fight.
He does. He has to shave his head.
Okay,
it's like why? Like, like it would be funny if it was a toupee. If Krillin put a toupee on to try to like trick people, and they were like, "Dude, you've never had hair. Why would we are unaware that you can even grow it? Like, you might as well have alopecia in the show." He never has hair, and then suddenly he shows up one episode, and he has a full head of hair, and it's like, what the fuck? Who is that? I think his first appearance with hair, I was like, oh, Krillin's brother is here. I didn't know he had a brother. Brilliant.
Okay, so after Cell becomes perfect Cell, doesn't he kick Vegeta's ass like in one hit in the game at least?
Yes.
I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, after he becomes perfect Cell, he almost kills Vegeta.
Okay, and that's when he announces the Cell game where he thinks no one's going to be able to beat him.
Well, I have a question because I don't remember how it's explained, and I'm kind of curious. So he has to suck up the androids to become perfect Cell, but why?
Because
Why?
okay, so this is Dragon Ball logic here, so I don't know the biomechanics of it, but in Dragon Ball logic, he has to absorb androids 17 and 18 because they are the two other strongest creatures on Earth, and also made with, oh god, it's confusing because I think they were made with cells, like actual like biological cells, bits of like the other fighters, much like Cell was, and so he needs to absorb them to complete himself to become the perfect Cell.
Okay.
I think if I remember, that's how it's explained in the original show.
I thought it was because they had like that infinite energy, like they never run out of energy, even though the Z fighters do. Like that's what makes them formidable.
Maybe it's been a long time since I've watched that whole saga in the original show.
Yeah,
I know that Cell is like a conglomeration of all the best fighters' DNA. Like somehow Dr. Zero got like Goku's DNA and Piccolo's DNA and merged it all together into Cell.
And Frieza.
Do you want to know? There's actually yeah, and Frieza. There's actually a fun fact about Cell. Does anyone know what Cell initially wasn't supposed to get a transformation? Does anyone know why Cell got his perfect form so quickly in the show?
No.
It's a really dumb reason, and I love it.
Slim fast?
Cell went from being Cell to semi-perfect Cell to perfect Cell really quickly in terms of Dragon Ball. I think it was only like a couple episodes he existed. It was simply because Akira Toriyama, his hand was cramping up drawing all the spots over Cell, and he didn't want to draw them anymore. He just got lazy, and he was like, well, he's perfect Cell now.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Isn't that almost the exact same thing of why Super Saiyan exists?
Because
because it was easier to like draw that kind of I don't know if it was the hairstyle or the hair color or something.
I think it had something to do with the ink. Like they just wanted to like use ink to paint the hair black, and it would go faster instead of having to like draw stuff in it, like lines and everything.
Yeah. So
like everything about Dragon Ball is just like Akira Toriyama and Toei trying to save money and cut
being
costs
lazy and shit.
and
Yeah.
cut time.
Never
Like,
tell
can
me
you
that
imagine if-
being lazy isn't productive ever again.
Can you imagine if, like, in the middle of Naruto, like Sasuke just lost his eye because they were like, "I was just tired of drawing his Sharingan, so he just doesn't have eyes anymore." Like, I both love and hate Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball for how it's basically just WWE in space.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I also love it for like it shouldn't exist. It's so dumb. So many of the stories of Dragon Ball are so stupid. You're like, how did this show exist? How did people continue making this show? They literally cut out like entire episodes because they didn't want to draw a character anymore. That doesn't happen. You don't do that with any other show.
Okay, back to the Cell games.
Like in One Piece, if they were like, "Oh yeah, we sunk the ship in One Piece because we were tired of drawing it." It's like, what? No, that's not how that works.
So I want to say in this game, after he announces the Cell games, isn't that when you have to go collect all the Dragon Balls?
Yep.
Okay, because they have like
Yes.
they have 10 days before the Cell game, so you think they'd be training, but isn't Goku like, yeah, Gohan's ready, we're fine, we'll kill him, so let's go get the Dragon Balls back.
Well, they have to get because Kami has fused with Piccolo. Their Dragon Balls no longer work, so they have to go get Dende on Namek and get him to come to Earth. This isn't really in the game. It's just like, oh yeah, we got Dende here now. But in the show, they have to go get Dende on Namek and bring him back to Earth to make new Dragon Balls because they don't have their old Dragon Balls anymore.
When the fuck does Cell kill Trunks? That is not.
Cell kills Trunks at the end of the fight. At the end of the Cell Saga, at the end of the Cell tournament arc. That's when Vegeta's like, oh, that's right. I should be a father and not a total piece of shit. Time to kill Cell with Gohan. It's actually after Gohan beats Cell the first time. That's when Trunks dies.
Okay, I'm looking. I have it pulled up the whole, and I saw a picture of when he murders Trunks, and I'm like, what? I don't remember this. Okay,
quick breakdown of. I have to keep saying
shit.
quick breakdown. There's no such thing as a quick breakdown in Dragon Ball. So,
I totally
Goku-
forgot about something
yeah.
that I was gonna say earlier. You know, when going after Dr. Gero, that you have to like destroy the generators to get to the laboratory where androids 18 and 9 and 17 are. Fuck the eggs. That's
that's a really weird. Like, why is that? That's such a weird side quest.
Side quest. It is main quest because You literally need to
That's true, it
destroy
is
that
main
piece of shit, and you have to take the stupid eggs and.
I don't remember this.
Run, but you can run. Look,
It's,
if you get touched by an enemy and you can't attack the enemies, the egg breaks. It took me a long time to get the first one, and I got the next two just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
But
once you get the first egg and you know what you have to do, like wait patiently, literally, for everyone to move at a certain angle. You can get the other ones, but that first time, I lost so many eggs.
Can I ask a dumb question here?
Sure.
So you've got to go to the generator. You're trying to get into Jiro's lab. You go to the generator. There's like a dinosaur Loch Ness monster looking thing on it, and it won't move until you promise to safely move its eggs from one point to another.
Yes.
Aren't you a Saiyan or Piccolo? Can't you fly? Isn't that like your main method of traveling? Is flying? Why don't you just fly?
This is a
the
video
eggs?
game, Stu. This is a video game. That's
I
all I'm
know.
gonna say.
But don't give me the ability to fly and then be like, oh, you have to walk the eggs through this stupid maze of enemies. I can fly. Let me fly the egg.
Yeah. Well,
It
it's
is.
stupid.
It is the worst part of that goddamn game, and I already wasn't that hot on the goddamn game, but that part I was like,
What?
yeah,
I haven't gotten that far yet.
I'm glad that we haven't talked. I mean, I haven't talked nearly as much about the game as much as having talked about Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I knew we weren't going to talk about this
It's
game. I knew
exactly
this was just
a Dragon Ball
talk about
episode.
Dragon Ball Z itself. Like I already knew that going into this.
Well, the whole story of the game it's just the Cell Saga, like completely encapsulated. So it would be hard to talk about. Like the mechanics of the game are. If we wanted to talk about the mechanics of the game, is like they're fine. It plays like a standard Game Boy game. Like it plays pretty good for what it is.
Can we say that this is kind of like a Zelda clone? Because I don't know, maybe it was just me because I know it's not. I know it's not Zelda exactly, but it felt a little.
It's just a top-down action RPG game. Is what I wouldn't really say Zelda because it doesn't have any like Darksiders. It's a Zelda clone, but this is not a Zelda. This is just a top-down action RPG, and then you're kind of just comparing it to. This is more like Brave Fencer Musashi than it is to Zelda. But you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I was getting Zelda vibes.
I know what Brave Fencer Musashi.
I felt like it was Zelda-esque.
Oh, you do?
My best friend Mythos, he played that for a live stream a couple of months ago, and he hates that game with a burning passion.
Yeah. Well, guess who else is playing it later this year?
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're being forced to do that by Mike. Thanks, Mike.
It's almost like I'm trying to punish Mike by talking about Dragon Ball for 3 hours.
Okay, I do want to talk about the Cell. So I did like the part in the game after the Cell games start, and they should be training. You have to go get all the Dragon Balls, which you were talking about a little bit, but then it makes you revisit a bunch of areas that you already had been to. Sorry
Jesus H.
That was my cat.
Well,
My
somebody
cat
died.
hit my beer bottle off my table onto metal
Wow.
with his foot. I know. I don't. He's on the table.
Was it
next
like
to my
a
computer.
punt? Was the cat playing football? Because goddamn,
He just stretched and went. Book. There went my bottle.
Jesus, that's a Super Saiyan cat.
Here's
right
one
there.
for you, Stefan. Here's one for you, Stefan. Was it your cat Karat?
I hate you all. That was funny though, but I hate you all anyway. See, now I gotta leave all this in. I can't take it out now.
We should also mention
That's not even like-
Frieza's brother, who is really much cooler than him.
God. Actually, you can fight it.
Okay,
All done. We're done. Bye, everybody.
To throw it back to the game, did you guys fight cooler? Because I didn't.
Why not?
I saw the credits roll and I said, I'm done.
You can fight
No.
cooler earlier when
I
you're
so
doing
must.
when you're getting all the Dragon Balls. That's when you can find the last. Oh, I used the guide, so it told me where all the. You have to find 7 hidden Namecs in random places throughout the game, and when you find all the Namecs, you go back to New Namek, and you can go in a room and fight cooler as a.
I did
I'm
not
glad you
find
said
all
that
the
because I was very confused by that. It calls Piccolo a Namek. He's not a Namek. Namek is the planet. He's a Namekian.
Yep.
It'd be like if you said, "Oh, you have to go like it'd be like if you were like, "Oh, you need to go find like 5 Earths. Bring 5 Earths here." Not Earthlings, Earths. It's very weird.
2003 Game Boy Advance game. Cut it some slack.
You could
But I get
fit
what
the
you're
IA in the goddamn in the goddamn word. It was just very strange because it was like you need to go find the Namex, and I was like, the fuck are the what? Are we going to Namek? I don't understand. It took me you gotta go find 7 Namecs, and I was like, does it mean the people? It took me until they called Piccolo a Namek for me to understand what was happening.
I blame
I don't get
the localizations. You know, it's early.
It might just be a localization.
Yeah, like Mike said, early through 2003. You know, localization in these things is sometimes. You know, it's not. It's like in Pokemon. It's not a rice ball. It's a donut.
A jelly donut.
A jelly donut. God,
and it's not a frying pan.
Because
it's a drying pan.
As a kid, I thought it was a goddamn jelly donut until I grew up, and it's a rice ball.
Okay.
Like, yeah. I also thought that was a Japanese like donut thing. I looked up for a very long time trying to figure out how to make that kind of donut, and I just couldn't figure it out. I actually was like Googling if it was like a scone thing that I could make.
As we were talking about coolers, cooler is a side fight that you can do, which doesn't really do anything, but I went and did it just because I wanted to. And he's kind of fun to fight. Cooler is Frieza's brother, who, around the time that I played this game, the Cooler movie was just being released on Toonami, and we were all so excited to finally see that movie, Cooler's Revenge or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He does look cool.
Yeah, there's 2 movies of Cooler, too, I want to say.
It's like 2 or 3.
Don't forget,
because one is like Cyber Cooler or something like that. I don't know. I forget.
Okay, but did you guys? I really liked the part when you collect all the Dragon Balls. Like, I thought that was a really cool part when you got to revisit all the old areas, but now you can go through. This is when you finally get Goku too. Everything we talked about happens before you get Goku, even though the game is called Legacy of Goku 2.
Yeah. But again, you're playing as the Legacy of Goku. Gohan. Yeah. Goku's dead. Goku dies, or not dead. He's not dead. He's just incapacitated.
He does die later.
He does die, but before he dies, he's useless.
Goku dies all the time.
Yeah. Goku's died. I think people like to shit on Krillin for dying. I think Goku's died like 3 or 4 times the same. 3 or 4 times Krillin has.
He dies fighting.
Goku's died a lot.
Raditz.
Krillin has not died as much as people think he has.
He dies fighting Perfect Cell.
He wasn't killed by Raditz. He was killed by Piccolo when he was fighting Raditz. It's not Piccolo totally killed Goku for no reason.
I mean, no reason and motive. Like, Goku finally, I can take 2 birds off with one special beam cannon. Yeah, imagine being like Chi-Chi, and your husband has gone off to fight his brother, and he's taken your son with him. And he's taken his son and his bitter enemy to go fight his brother. And only his bitter enemy comes back with your son and goes, I'm taking your son. He'll see you again in 3 years. Like, it suddenly makes sense why Chi-Chi is insane in the series.
And there's 2 movies with Cooler, by the way. Cooler's Revenge and Cooler's Return.
Okay.
When does Chilled show up?
Who?
Just Chilled is like their ancient ancestor. I think he shows up in one of the games, and I think one of the movies.
Hell if I know. I just know those 3: King Cold, Cooler, and Freezer.
Chilled.
Frieza.
Yeah, that's why
you're gonna hate.
Freezer.
You're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this description. But Chilled he's Frieza's ancestor, who looks like he's wearing like a wrestling singlet, and he has like a bulge, but he also looks like he's 10. It's a very bad design. It's a very, very bad design.
From the Dragon Ball?
It looks like but this is like bad.
He's not kidding.
This is worse. Yeah. It's it looks like somebody's like original character fan fiction of Dragon Ball that they put on Tumblr before Tumblr stopped allowing sexual content.
Wait, how do you spell
It's a really bad design.
There's a picture in the chat, the Skype chat.
He was a space pirate.
So for anyone curious, CHILLED, Chilled, like DBZ. You can see what we're talking about. It's really stupid as hell.
This looks wrong.
Really?
What the?
It's a really bad design.
Okay, enough about stupid things. Okay, so when the cell,
like Dragon Ball.
After you get all the Dragon Balls back, they don't even wish anybody back in the game, at least, because they're like, we'll wait. Then they go do the Cell games. And I forgot about, I know Hercule is in the show a lot, off and on throughout the season, where he's seen as like this big, great fighter, but he's an idiot and a con man.
He's annoyingly in Cell games a lot, and I don't know why. Like he doesn't add anything to the story.
No, Stefan, he had to be there so that somebody could throw Android 16's head at Gohan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, he throws it?
Yeah, in the show.
Yeah, if he wasn't there, then Android 16 would never have been able to call Gohan a coward.
Yep.
Okay, so then Goku fights Cell, Perfect Cell.
Goku fights Cell.
And he's about to beat him. And he's like, no, I give up. I lose. And he's like, he can save the damn world. He's like, no, I can't do it. You win, Cell. Okay. After Cell, I think, has already beaten everybody. Just about, besides Gohan.
Cell. Goku lets everybody fight Cell before him, including Mr. Satan for some reason. Mr. Satan basically gets like knocked out with a flick and almost killed. I don't know why Goku let that happen.
Goku's not a good
everybody around him was
I would let that happen.
In the show, everyone's like everyone's standing around Goku is like, are you sure you want to let this human fight like Perfect Cell? And he's like, yeah, he's the best fighter on the planet. It makes no sense why he lets this happen.
You gotta understand that Goku is an idiot. Like
this is true. Yeah, his logic is Mr. Satan won the last Kung Fu tournament, martial arts tournament.
Oh, so he must be that powerful.
But he cheated, right?
So yeah. And no, he actually won it. But the reason he won it is because all the Z fighters were on Namek, and so there was nobody really to challenge him.
Right.
So he like fought against regular humans. So compared to like the average guy, like Mr. Satan's a pretty good fighter. But compared to like even Yamcha, he would get his ass kicked. Yeah. Let's say like Yamcha's a great fighter, but he's still the lowest tier Z fighter. Compared to Yamcha, Mr. Satan's still nothing. So, but in Goku's warped mind, he says, oh, you won the last tournament, therefore you are the best fighter. Therefore, you should go fight Cell first to see if you can win. That's Goku's actual logic.
Goku's a fucking idiot.
That's what
Goku is a fucking moron. Goku is a complete and utter moron. Like Vegeta's prideful, but he gets over that. Goku never stops being a fucking moron.
Okay, yeah, and then after, and when you have like Gohan fighting, like in the game, this was kind of a cool part, even though I think it took a little while. Right, ended up using Senzu Bean because you had to fight Cell, beat him down. I think he refills his health, and you got to fight him again.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like my favorite character in this game is definitely Gohan. I've always liked Gohan. I've always thought he was a really cool character.
Yeah, strange that you like Gohan so much, but you didn't watch the arc in which he became the best fighter.
Because I met a girl. That's why I met a girl.
What's more important,
how I met
girls
your
or
Gohan?
Super Saiyan 2?
That's how I met Tiffany. That's how it goes. Except,
what's more important, Mike? Your wife or Super Saiyan 2? You have to make a choice right now.
So there's another joke. For a while, she's like, oh, they have Dragon Ball Z pops and this and that. She's like, oh, you like Dragon Ball Z, don't you? I'm like, no, I don't. I just watched it because I was bored and lonely, and I needed to watch something to kill time.
Wow.
I mean, that's what it was. I was just like, I don't have a girlfriend. My life sucks right now. I hate my job. I need to fill time, so I'm going to watch a ton of Dragon Ball Z since I have time for the first point in my adult life.
I feel attacked.
That should be the tagline for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, like Mike's name on like the Dragon Ball Z like box set. Dragon Ball Z. Are you bored? Are you lonely? Do you have literally nothing else to do? Watch Dragon Ball. Mike Albertin.
I mean, that's kind of. It was just one of those situations where I was like, I need to find things to give me to do, and you should not watch this show as fast as I watched it. I watched through all the Dragon Balls in a couple months. All the original Dragon Ball. That's like a lot of fucking shows.
How?
200 episodes
Did you watch,
or
like,
something?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you understand the point. I had a lot of time.
So now, I mean, like, for people who haven't watched Dragon Ball, watching 3 episodes of Dragon Ball is essentially watching 1 episode of Dragon Ball, because the first 5 to 10 minutes of every episode are last week on Dragon Ball Z. And then the last 5 to 10 minutes is next week on Dragon Ball Z.
I skipped all that.
The majority of so you did skip that shit. Yeah, the majority of the episode is the pre-cap for each episode.
Dragon Ball's on Hulu. It says.
Will Goku to fight Perfect Cell? Will Gohan ever defeat his own feelings.
Stupid.
Is Vegeta still here? that's every last like section of Dragon Ball.
Is Trunks still breathing?
Is Trunks
Well,
still breathing?
Well, Yamcha, ever
Last
amount
week
to
on Dragon
anything.
Ball Z, Trunks got fucked up by Cell, and then head Chala, and then it goes into the episode.
Man.
And happens for 10 minutes.
Oh, you know, here for us, yeah, for us Latin Americans, Chala, the Spanish version of Chala Head Chala is almost like a hymn, like a national
really?
anthem. Yes,
That's
because okay, I've watched.
Yeah, get me down to Puerto Rico.
I watched Dragon Ball Z on both Toonami and on local television because they showed Dragon Ball Z like in the mornings before I went to school here in the local, the channel 12, I think it was.
Lucky.
And yeah, and I could hear both Rock the Dragon in for Toonami and the Spanish version of Chala Head Chala, and that is literally anyone who loves Dragon Ball Z here in Puerto Rico, they all know the goddamn song. Like it's I'll send this
that shit. Like
have no idea what
I don't know what it is about fucking island. If you live on an island, apparently you get all the best goddamn shows. Because I have a friend who
No,
you're telling
we
us
do not.
this is about Puerto
No,
Rico.
we do not.
Oh well, but
Do not.
you got the best shows, i.e. Dragon Ball. But I had a friend who he grew up in Hawaii, and I guess because Hawaii is so like it's relatively closer, it's closer to Japan than the rest of the fucking country, and there's a lot of Japanese citizens and Japanese Americans there because of the base. So they got to watch like a whole they had like a whole anime channel that they just got to watch constantly. I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, we got to watch like there was a channel where they just played anime from Japan pretty much all day." I was like, "That sounds awesome."
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So
The only
he grew up
ones that
watching like he got to watch like Dragon Ball. Like he had the big ones. He had Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon, and then he had like oh god, I'm trying to remember. He watched like there was like a bunch of Gundams that just played all day.
Maybe Lupin the Third or something.
Yeah, he had Lupin the Third on. It was a bunch of he had a bunch of different Gundams on. Basically, every new Gundam that came out was on that channel, and I was like, "What the fuck? That sounds awesome." He's like, yeah. So we just watched like every day. He'd get home from school and he would watch like all the anime that everybody grew up with. Like everybody had to go back and watch Gundam. Just watch it.
The only ones that I remember that they showed at local television here in Spanish were Dragon Ball and God, I forget the name. Shit, why is it going away from me? Saint Seiya. Saint Seiya.
Oh, that was the name of the show. God, I forget the name.
I forget the name in English because here in Spanish it was Los Caballeros del Zodiaco.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
that sounds awesome.
Trust me, the name.
I want to watch that. I don't forget Saint Seiya. I want to watch that.
Hey, and for the record, Emmanuel,
Today
there are
would be
people out
called,
there who listen to the show who understand you just fine.
Oh,
That are not
good.
us.
Hi.
We have a lot
Hola.
of we have people from other countries listen to us that speak Spanish.
Okay, that's good. Good.
I took
Muy
6 years of
bien.
Spanish and I forgot almost all of it. I know.
I
Is it Caballero is like something to do with horses, right?
no caballero means caballero means knight.
6 years of Spanish paying off there.
So and
I remember the
Zodiaco
word for
is
knight.
Zodiac. The Knights of the Zodiac, isn't it? Right in English? Knights
That's
of
a
the
cool
Zodiac,
name.
I think.
Yeah.
Or is it
Don't
just
ask me,
Saint
dude.
Seiya? I really don't remember how it's called in English.
I think in English it's just in
Saint
in
Seiya.
English. I think it's Saint Seiya : Knights of the Zodiac. I think.
Okay. Well, in Spanish, we didn't get the Saint Seiya, even though in the intro to the show, they do the singer does say Saint Seiya, but also Los Caballeros del Zodiaco and all that.
So how do you say ending of Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2 in Spanish?
The what?
He got my joke.
Well, I wanted to make my anime joke of today. Today that show would have been called like I can't believe my girlfriend and my roommate is Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac and also my sister.
Mhm.
Dragon Ball
colon
Z,
the awakening.
So after Gohan fights Cell, and I know
I'm trying to come up with Dragon Ball Z, El Legado de Goku 2.
thank you.
That's awesome. I'm gonna go back. I want to watch Dragon Ball again, but I want it to be dubbed by like the telenovela soap opera actors, like that level of pure drama, I think that'd be amazing.
Oh boy, you don't.
I don't know why they never got
I
like
used to watch.
all the voice actors from Metal Gear to do like Dragon Ball.
David Hayter would be great in Dragon Ball.
Okay, so as I was saying, so after Gohan, he's fighting Cell.
We have to release the spirit bomb.
Like he doesn't want to go to full power. Is that what it was? Until he sees Android 16's head talking to him.
Yeah, because
Gohan does not want to fight. Gohan is not a fighter.
Yeah.
Which is
Gohan
it's
wants
also
to
like
wants
a
to be
really
smart
bad
boy.
father move when he's just like, you know what, son, go fight. I know you don't want to,
Well-
but you will beat him.
we've established that Goku is not a good father. Piccolo is his dad.
But there
It
is
100% child abuse.
there is also a lead up to this. I mean, it does cover going back to like all the way to the Saiyan invasion. That Gohan has always had this like secret hidden power that when he gets angry, he uses it. So
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
basically what Goku does. He channels his anger and tells him to remember all the people he's hurt and killed, and then that's
Okay.
what gives Gohan his energy to take out Cell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know in the game
he
it's
has
kind
the
of a
Super
fun
Saiyan
fight.
rage in his heart.
He goes Super Saiyan 2 in this part, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then
Yeah, Android
After he
16, yeah, everybody around him has died multiple times. It took a random robot that he did not know to die to turn him to Super Saiyan 2.
it's just stupid.
Hmm.
But I'll
He
take
didn't
it.
He didn't even go Super Saiyan when Krillin died on Namek. Some random guy who was trying to kill his dad dies. Suddenly he loses his heart.
He wasn't trained so well at that time. I want to say I don't know. Akira Toriyama. That's it.
Technically, he only had a year of training when he fought Cell, and I would say that's not enough to fight Cell.
Did he?
I mean, it was a year of nonstop.
The hyperbolic
Yeah, because they were in the
time chamber.
hyperbolic time chamber.
Well, no, but
They were in there
Krillin
for a
trained
day,
him for a
which
couple
equals a year.
years too, if I remember correctly. Krillin
Yeah,
took
I
him.
guess Krillin and Piccolo.
Piccolo,
I mean, they didn't really
yeah.
train him so much as Piccolo didn't really train him so much as he like occasionally beat the shit out of Gohan and called it training.
I mean,
He trained him more than Goku ever did, but
yeah, he had to beat it into him.
Piccolo was just there. He was just there so that Gohan didn't feel so alone.
When his dad
my
left
favorite-
him.
My favorite part about that whole fight is that when they go to fight Cell, Gohan walks by Goku. I don't think it was intentional, but Gohan walks by Goku and asks Piccolo to give him clothes that look like Piccolo's clothes. He doesn't want the Saiyan suit that he's worn previously.
And yet in the game, they let him use the goddamn the Saiyan armor instead of the.
Yeah, Bulma like builds better Saiyan armor. We might
Yeah,
have some technical difficulties here.
We are experiencing some technical difficulties behind the scenes that this will not be
Next time on Games My Mom Found.
next time.
If you're wondering why Mike is not told us to shut the fuck up yet.
Will Mike Albertin
Okay.
come back?
So nobody
There you go.
heard my whole spiel about the ending of the Cell games, then, right? With Gohan.
Nope.
Because I was just talking. I'm talking. I'm like, wow, no one's saying anything, and I'm like, hello, hello. Then my internet was connected. But I had to disconnect and reconnect it. So
Oh boy.
I was like, it's
Okay,
weird that
are we
Mike has
at-
not said stop talking about this.
yeah. Okay, so we didn't get any farther
Go
than
on.
the ending of this game, did we?
Not
Yeah,
really.
we're-
Okay.
We're
Oh,
at
we
the point where
talking about
Gohan is going Super Saiyan 2.
Okay, so
Android
Gohan goes
16,
Super Saiyan
He
2.
gets decapitated, comes ahead. Mr. Satan has to save the day by throwing Android 16's head at Gohan so that Android 16 can give Gohan the message of, it's time to, like, I know that you don't want to be a fighter, but guess what, bitch? You're a fucking Saiyan. You're going to be a fighter. Go kill this dude. Granted, Gohan is like 12 at this point, and this disembodied head is saying, go kill that alien.
Mm-hmm.
I guess technically he's not an alien. Actually, he was born in the country, so technically he is a naturalized citizen, I guess. But
Illegal
Go kill that-
immigrant.
go kill that
Remember, kids, the
random
next time
biomechanics
that
android.
a strange head tells you to kill someone, that's no good. Oh wait, it is good because you
Yeah.
beat Cell. Do it.
And
So
even
he
when they
beats
beat
Cell.
Cell,
Cell
he
is-
teleports. Well, he doesn't teleport.
Well, he beats Cell. Cell is like, fuck you, I'm gonna be a sore loser and blow up the planet. And so Goku, in another act of brilliance, apparently Goku at some point learned that he could instant transmit with people,
Mhm.
which is just another thing that he knows he can do. It's never really explained why he can do that in the show. He instant transmits Cell to King Kai's planet, doesn't tell King Kai. He even has a line in both the show and the game where it's like, it was the first place I thought of. So he kills King Kai, but he saves the Earth.
Yep.
And they're like, well, at least Cell is dead. I can't believe Goku is gone, but Cell is dead. And then another Cell just walks out immediately.
Okay, I didn't understand that.
Haha.
Because he didn't kill all of Cell. There was one little cell left that regrew itself.
Yeah.
And when Goku learned
regenerate
and when Goku used instant transmission, Cell was able to steal that knowledge away from him, so he just traveled back to Earth.
Did we ever give Cell's quick little backstory of who built him?
Dr. Zero.
We said Dr. Zero built him, didn't we? Did we not?
Yeah, I think we did. I mean,
Cell.
I'll give the 10.
In case we did,
I'll give the 20-second.
I can give a 10-second answer to it.
Are you sure? Yes. I'm not so sure about this.
Let me look at the clock. Here we go. Okay, I'll wait until 30 seconds, and I'll start going, so that way I can do it. Okay. Cell was built by Dr. Zero using DNA from all the Z fighters, all the best fighters in the universe, to create the perfect fighter to destroy the Earth and eventually destroy the entire universe and become king. 10 seconds. There you go.
You know what? Golf clap.
Essentially, they're fighting themselves.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a lot more nuance there, but.
And then doesn't go on to like a Kamehameha?
Kamehameha. Sir,
what? How did you?
He does a key blast.
There's two ways to say
fireball.
It. You said it. You definitely said it.
I know. I can't say it. You can Kamehameha.
It's technically it's Kamehameha, but a lot of people because no one ever says Kamehameha really in Dragon Ball Z, they always call it the Kamehameha for some reason. People also call it the Kamehameha. Technically, it's the Kamehameha. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Kamehameha. Okay. Yeah. So after he does that, that's what finally kills Cell, I want to say.
Yep. Well, he does the Kamehameha, and Cell does a Kamehameha back, and they get locked in that Harry Potter-esque duel. Which was the whole Harry Potter thing came from Dragon Ball, bitches. Suck it.
Yep. It takes about 20 episodes for this fight to end, too.
It does. So they're locked in this. While they're locked in this, Krillin, Tien, Piccolo, and Yamcha, I want to say, they're all firing
fireballs.
They're all firing random shit.
Never say that Yamcha didn't do shit.
Yeah, Yamcha helped. They're all firing random energy balls at Cell to get him to like lose his focus, so Gohan can take him out.
Mm-hmm.
They all get their ass Cell is not even paying attention. He just kicks all their asses without even looking at them. And then Vegeta, in his act of redemption, this is Vegeta's moment, because at this point Trunks is when Cell comes back, he puts a hole through Trunks, and Trunks is on the verge of death / dead at this point. You don't really know. It's he could be dead, who knows? But he's definitely going to die.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Vegeta is it's time for me to be a father. I'm going to fire the biggest energy blast I can at Cell to take him out. Shoots it at Cell. It misses. Gohan blasts it back at Cell. This is what happens in the show. In the game, he just shoots him and Cell dies. In the show, he fires it at Cell. Cell dodges it. Gohan bounces it back and kills Cell.
No, in the show, he hits Cell, and Cell finally gets distracted. And he's like, Vegeta!
Yeah.
And then that's when Goku tells Gohan, he's like, now,
that's
release all your energy now. Yeah. And then
because that's
even though I'm dead, I'm telepathically communicating with you. Also, this even the joke in the show, in the game, they do the whole joke of where Dad, where are you calling me from? I took him to King Kai's planet. I had nowhere. That's the first place I thought of. And King Kai shows up. He's like, yeah, thanks for that, asshole.
Yeah.
He's thanks for that home record.
But I will say that as a kid, when I watched that scene where Gohan, he does this huge scream, which I can only imagine how that looked in the voice acting studio. It must have looked awesome, and to hear it. But when he releases that scream and he takes out Cell, every single time I hear that, I get chills. Every single time.
Oh, it's so.
Are they electrifying?
It's so good.
Yeah.
They start. Yeah. Because that's when he starts to finally be able to take out Cell, that's when they start blasting the Gohan's anger theme again. They start piping that in.
Mm-hmm.
He does that scream. It takes him out. Oh my god. That hands down the single best moment to ever happen in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, and all the whole
I would
show.
say I would say the entirety of Dragon Ball. Name one Dragon Ball moment that is better than that.
Goku transforming into a Super Saiyan for the first time. I still think I still love that.
Not even close.
More.
It's a great scene. It's not even close to Gohan going Super Saiyan 2.
All right. Should we mention?
At least in my mind.
Should we start? We should probably start wrapping up this part so we can go to questions. I have a few memories and comments.
You guys don't want to hear more Dragon Ball jokes? I got more.
No. You don't want to say what happens after you kill Cell?
Well, you kill Cell, they take the Dragon Balls, and they go and wish back all the people that Cell killed, which is a lot of freaking people. But they can't wish back
but they
Goku.
use one wish for it.
Because Goku had already been brought back by the Dragon Balls.
In the Saiyan
like
Saga.
multiple times. Yeah.
Well, no, only the Saiyan Saga he died.
Which it still means nothing because Goku still comes back every time.
Well, he's dead in the beginning of the Buu Saga, but that I don't want to go there because I'm opening a can of worms I don't want to open.
You should open it.
How does
you should go.
How does Chaozu get back? Because Chaozu kills himself on Raditz, but then Chaozu gets back somehow, and I don't remember how they fucking explain that. Because Chaozu died in Dragon Ball, and they brought him back with the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, I think that they
wished him back with the Dragon Balls, and then he self-destructs and tries to kill Nappa, and Nappa's just like, oh, what the fuck was that?
But yeah, they wished him back. Wait, he died in Dragon Ball also?
No,
he died at some point.
Oh, he only died.
He died when he blew himself up on Nappa. I thought that was the second time he died.
No, that's the first time he died. That's when basically almost all of the Sea Fighters died at the same time.
Yeah, because they gotta go. That's why they have to.
But Krillin didn't die till Frieza.
Yeah.
Yes.
Krillin did not die until Frieza.
And before we wrap up, I'm gonna mention this part quick. You do fight little Cell Juniors in this game too because they're like little blue cells. They were kind of. Okay. I mean, that was like your final part to play as each other character.
I like how that's not even a joke. That's literally what they're called as Cell Juniors.
Cell Junior.
Yeah. All right. You guys ready to move on to questions, memories, and comments?
No, because you still fail to say that once you hit level 50 with every single character and all the statues are placed in the Capsule Corporation, you unlock the greatest character of Dragon Ball, Mr. Satan, aka Hercules.
Mr. Satan!
Which I did not do because, again, I was not gonna go.
There's no point.
No, I did it as a kid. When I played it as a kid and on my Game Boy and had infinite amount of time and not many games, and I could play video games whenever the hell I wanted. Yeah. I did it, but now as an adult, I said nope, fuck this shit.
My favorite thing about Mr. Satan is that the entire time the Cell fight is going on in the show, he's talking to like some reporter. And he's explaining that like the reporter's like, how are these people fighting like this? How are their energy blasts? How is that guy flying? And the entire time Mr. Satan is like, well, they clearly have wires on them and they're using lights and magic. It's clearly special effects. We do it in all of our movies.
Oh, and then there's
the reporter's like,
where
okay.
After Cell dies, Hercule walks over and the reporter's like, he's like, I killed Cell, and then he takes the credit for it.
Yeah. He takes the credit for it.
The reporter's like, I don't know if we're still filming, but Hercule did it.
Yeah,
that's in the game too.
Hercule has saved the day.
All right, I'm going to move us on to comments.
Call Mr. Satan.
Comments, memories, and questions.
One more thing, Mike. You got to talk about the last thing. Did you the post-credit scene? Did you watch the post-credit scene?
Oh, I turned the game off.
There's a post-credit scene.
There's a post-credit scene, Mike.
Oh no, we're Trunks. Yes, okay, I did watch this. I forgot all about it.
It's the same thing that happens in the show this is the last thing that happens in the Cell arc of the show. So I'm really glad they threw this in there because I thought they were gonna. I thought for a second that they were just gonna like skip it and be like, you know what happens. This game. Also, I don't know how many games before this had post credit scenes. I don't think this is the first, but it's got to be one of the first, right?
I don't know.
When did this game come out? 2003?
2003. There had to have been others.
There's got to be others.
There had to have been other.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other game that had pre-credits. I'm sure there are some, but this is a very early one to be sure.
Metal Gear?
Did Metal Gear have one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Metal Gear Solid, yeah.
Okay, let him finish. Shall we continue on?
Sorry.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid
wants so badly to stop talking about this.
Yes.
Yeah. Trunks, the post-credit scene is you go back to Trunks goes back to his future, and now that he's a badass Super Saiyan that has defeated Cell, he's trained for a whole year, he goes back and instantly kills Android 17 and Android 18, and then tracks down Cell, and it's great. He's like, I know you're in there, come out. And Cell's like, how did you know I was here? And he's like, I know everything about you, and straight up murders Cell. And his future is like, it ends on that kind of positive note of Cell is like, Cell's defeated. Maybe Trunks' future terrible timeline is going to get better. And it does. And then Trunks comes back for some reason.
Oh, and even though I don't want to mention this, there is one fight in this game I forgot to mention that I need to. I know. I'm going to make it fast. I'm going to be the one talking. You fight one of the guys from the original Dragon Ball. He's in the show. He has a long hair. He gets his ass beat by, I can't remember his damn name.
General Tao.
Yeah, General Tao. And he's in this game too. And there's a little scene when you get in one of the Dragon Balls, you have to go fight him. And it just cracked me up because I forgot to see him again. Because when I first played this game, I had no idea who he was. But now that I watched all original Dragon Ball, like, I remember him. And it made me smile. So, all right, no more about.
Was he a general at that point? I thought his name was Mercenary Tao.
It might be Mercenary Tao. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay. Mercenary Tao. He's right. All right. Comments, memories, and questions. No more delay. All right. First one from Jake Burden Stokey. I'm going to read these probably fast, just to let you know. I used to stay. We got a bunch of them. I used to stay in the one spot in the mountain area you could fight a Triceratops through a fence and level up all my characters to 50. It took forever, but then you could stream roll the rest of the game.
I did that for a couple.
I would have did that in fast forward mode if I would known it was there. This one from Ryan Clark.
Wait, fast forward mode?
I played on an emulator.
But mine didn't have the fast forward. I tried looking for a goddamn way to make the game run faster.
I could have told you. I reset it to one of the buttons on my controllers. I just hold it down when I needed to. Like what I would do is you regain energy slowly. So I would go over in a room, hold down the button, and he'll start doing like push-ups, or they all do different things. I regain my energy real fast and keep playing.
I tried looking for something in the goddamn emulator that let me do that.
You know we have Messenger, right? Like you could have just went, hey, Mike.
You say that, Mike, and we do the same shit every week where we get the episode.
But normally it's me and you, not me and Emmanuel. So, all right. Another question, another comment.
Always forget some very basic crap.
From Ryan Clark, I never seen such a jump in quality between the sequels of a game like Legacy of Goku 1 and 2. I love this game and Boo's Fury so much. I really want to play Boo's Fury now.
Yeah, the jump between the atrociousness that is Legacy of Goku 1 to Disc 1 is just like, boof.
I really want to play 1 now just to play it.
Oh my, just play Boo's Fury instead. I haven't played Boo's Fury, but play that instead.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be twice as long as this game, too, so you got a story in there.
Let's not even. I don't even want to open that can of worms.
No.
They have to take twice as long so they can do the Hercules Satan redemption arc.
Oh boy,
where Satan and Boo adopt a dog together.
The first one's 8 hours.
The only good thing that Hercule is for was making Videl. That's about it. He didn't.
All right, I got some comments from the Overblood group.
Boo good.
Okay, I'm going to read some more comments from Kareem Jabri. You said, great game. Remember it being a huge improvement over the first one and one of the funnest games I played as a kid. Okay.
As a kid.
I agree with that.
As a kid.
From Michael Hughes, for previous guests on the show and future guests at some point, I'm sure. He said, would this be a good standalone game for someone who has minimal knowledge of the series, or does it essentially require previous experience of the show and whatnot? Well, hey, guess what? Now you know all about the story of Dragon Ball because we told you way more than we needed to in this episode. But no, you could just play it. It's a fun action RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps to know the show, but they capture everything pretty well.
Mm-hmm. I like this one from Josh Burkett. He said, it was kind of rough for me. I didn't know you could go Super Saiyan as Vegeta to damage the androids until they always absorb my Big Bang attacks and stuff. But in all, it was my first Dragon Ball Z game, and I had many fond hours with my brother playing alongside on his Game Boy. It's a good game. Here's another one from Kevin.
It's an all right game.
We'll get to that very shortly. Love Legacy of Goku 2. Best game in that series in terms of the gameplay and difficulty balancing before Boo's Fury allowed you to use equipment and level up your own stats, which basically broke that game. Well, now I really want to play it.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, really?
And another
We're
one
gonna have to play Boost
at some point.
I can't say that for some reason.
I guess Sam might have to be on that one, huh?
Fury. Beast Fury.
Fan of Boost.
Yeah, gotta play Beast Fairy.
All right, from Jordan Baez. I was a massive fan of this game. Legacy of Goku was the first DBZ game I remember as a kid, and while I liked it, the gameplay was really not very fun even at that time. Disagree. Okay, the first one? Okay, I don't know. That second game, though, it felt so much better to be able to level up, fly around the world, and speak to the characters I love from the show. It's a favorite GBA game of mine, for sure, and can't wait to see how I feel about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot in comparison, which we did mention earlier in this episode, different times. I had a few more questions to read from another group that I'm in. And then we'll move on to Shelf for Box. From Brandon Housen, he just says Hercule. Fuck Hercule in this game. Fuck Hercule in general. I don't
Why do you
like
want
it.
to call him Hercule? His name is Mr. Satan.
Because you can't
choose
say,
not to say Mr. Satan.
you cannot say Satan in the West. They in every
Apparently.
anime where it says something like Satan or devil or something, they always change it to, like in G Gundam, it's the Devil Gundam, the ultimate bad Gundam is Devil Gundam in Japan, but here in the West it's the Dark Gundam.
Like, oh, right.
The Dark Gundam.
We learned
Yeah,
something
it's not
new.
the Satan Gundam.
From
I don't want people to
Steven.
think that Satan is evil.
I think that that they changed it with Yu-Gi-Oh because then no, never mind.
I wish I
Keep
could
going.
meet you guys. Okay. From Steven in Peru. It was so good. I played so much of it, did everything possible in this game. I like your opinion, sir. From Andrew Cole, this and Blues Fury are my top GBA games of all time.
Ooh.
Oh, that's high praise. I really want to play Blues Fury now.
That's
after all
high
these
praise.
comments. It is high praise.
It is high praise.
That's high
all
praise, Nick. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
You can agree with this one, Emmanuel. From Ender Pendrake, you said the only good DBZ games are Budokai 3 and Fighter Z.
I
Wow.
mean, he's technically not wrong. Technically.
And from, I got maybe 2 or 3 more, and then I'll be done. Eric Reese, I like these comments. Love this game. Love the extra content and love the way it retold the Cell Saga. Wish they did this to the Dragon Ball games that ended up being beat 'em ups. I kind of want to play those now that you mentioned it. Here's one that maybe you guys can talk about. Or 2 more. I mean, the last one you guys talk about. This one from David Markowitz said, this entire series was so great, I still have Boost Fury in my desk drawer. And the last one we're going to read tonight from Dante Lee said, I know this is super late to the party, but doesn't this game only go up to the Cell Saga? And isn't the Super Saiyan 2 Goku on the cover? His hair is more upright and he's got the single bang.
No.
I don't know. I had no idea. So
No.
I thought it was a picture of hold on.
the cover I'm looking at is the PAL cover, by the way, too, that I posted in this comment.
Maybe it's different.
It is
Who's
different.
to say?
I mean, in terms of Gohan, you can notice the difference of Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 very clearly. Goku, it's a little bit more subtle, you know.
It isn't 3 the really long hair.
Yeah, 3 is
Yeah.
my favorite transformation.
I've never seen it before. I've
You've
never gotten that.
You what? You
I've never
what?
watched-
man?
I couldn't handle the Boo Saga. It just broke me. Just like Fear Effect broke me, the Boo Saga broke me, okay?
Yeah, it's not that fun.
Like you need to
Is
play Budokai 3, please. Put it on.
Is it Boo Saga
I-
or after Boo Saga when fusions start becoming involved?
Boo Saga.
It's in the
Boo
Boo
Saga.
Saga.
Okay. Because I really like the Saiyans, the fusions.
We'll do Boo Fury on the show at some point. I'm sure.
Fusion.
All right. I think it's time for Shelf or Box. Stefan, why
By
don't
the
you
way,
go first?
Mike,
Yes.
real quick, Mike, the character you were thinking of earlier at the very beginning of this episode, was that Pilaf?
That was Stefan. Yes.
Yeah,
You're
that.
right.
Yep, you're right. I was. Yeah, that's him.
That was a callback.
That was
2 hours
Skipper
ago.
Pilaf? Okay. I was my brain was just the back of my brain was like constantly going through every Dragon Ball character I could think of. I was like, is it Pilaf? Is it this guy? Is it that guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like a very little murderous dude, isn't he? And he has like the girl and the hound with him all the time.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Yeah, my.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so that's who shows up in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does-
Yeah, I was
it does
confusing Garlic
Ooh.
Jr.
He does
He's
look
also in GT.
astoundingly like Garlic Jr.
Yeah, because Garlic Jr.'s
They
not
look-
canon and Pilaf is, so that's where I was getting confused. But yeah,
Okay.
Also,
Is Garlic
Mike,
Jr.
I
not
put
canon
up,
just because he looks like Buff?
I think so. Mike, I put up a picture of Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
And then you get into like this stupid Saiyans where it's like they have blue hair and they become Super Saiyan Black and
No, Super Saiyan Black is another character. He's not even.
that's another character. Yeah,
That is
what's fuck? There's like I don't know. I don't want to go through the full list of Super Saiyans.
No,
There's
let's
so many
not
Super
go
Saiyans.
there. Super Saiyan Rose is what comes up
Super
when you
Saiyan-
search Super Saiyan Black. That's something different.
Yeah, because he's another
That's a different
character.
character. Yeah, there's a
that
character.
stole
Okay, as I
Goku's
think
body.
we should do Shelf or Box. I'm going to take over. Stefan, how about you? Shelf or Box?
Hold on, let me get my jokes up real quick.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. No, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Something we didn't even mention, but I'll just mention it really quickly, is that this game actually uses some of the music from the show. So that instantly would put it on a shelf for me because the music from Dragon Ball is actually really good, especially in the Cell games. And like Stu was saying, Gohan's theme, like that's like one of the best things in all of anime, as far as I'm concerned, for music. Because yeah, I like this game. I like going back to it. The leveling up wasn't fun. I don't know how much of that you guys did. We didn't even talk about that. But there's a couple moments where, yeah, I was bored and I had to kill a bunch of alligators with trunks. And that's the only downside to this game is that you have to level up at some point. But other than that, I enjoy it. I think the sprites are awesome. Like all the settings that they take you to look exactly like they are in the show. All the characters act the way they are in the show. They tweak a little bit of dialogue and a couple of things. But overall, generally, it's the same thing in a video game form. And yeah, I had fun going back to it. Putting it on my shelf. No, I'm not going to put it on my shelf.
Okay.
And I think the reason being is it's just, I don't know. I just didn't have as much fun going back to it. It was still fun, but I think when I had more time on my hands, this was something I loved. And now that I don't, it's just not something that I identify with anymore.
I'll go next. This is definitely going on my shelf because I think I just really needed an action RPG, something where I could just put a podcast on and just sit there and kill things and level up and not have a stressful game like we've been playing a lot in the show lately. And it was a really nice change for me. Even though I was worried because this is a longer game, but I really had fun. Like it brought back a lot of memories from when I used to be into Dragon Ball, sort of, with my friend back in high school who played this game with me, who originally had found it. And it was real nice. It was a nice, trip down memory lane. So Brad, if you're listening, which I know you're not, I remembered you after this game. All right, put it on the shelf. How about you, Stu?
Real quick before I start, I just want to make a clarification because I looked up. Friedrich Habitler is the guy I think he's the guy doing the music for Dragon Ball Super. I was trying to figure. I think Shinsuke Kikuchi did the original music for Dragon Ball. I don't know. It was either him or Kenji Yamamoto, one of those two. I don't want to get that wrong. But those are the composers. And I'm with Stefan. I want to put this on my shelf because of the music. But it's got that glaring problem where the Gohan's anger theme is the overworld music, and I don't understand why. And it kind of is enough to keep it off the shelf for me. I enjoyed playing this. This was a fun game. Like this was just a genuinely just fun game to sit down and play. But I don't think it's going on my shelf. As much as I enjoy Dragon Ball, and as much as I enjoy the Cell games, I don't think anything in this game particularly stood out as being like fantastic or weird or like enough to really grab me. It was just, I would give this game like a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's nothing about it is particularly great. It's just a good, fun game to play.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you,
It's not
Emmanuel?
bad. There's nothing about it that's really bad.
So fun.
I felt like I had to clarify. You were real quiet, like I said something bad. Bruce Faulconer. Bruce Faulconer was the fucking guy, right? That's the guy who did the composer. Sorry. I'm trying to remember names here, and they just popped in my head like hours later. I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night and be like, "Yeah, that guy."
I agree with both Stefan and Stu. I played this a lot as a kid. And I remember loving it as a kid, back when I had a lot of time in my hands and wasn't faced by mortality and all that shit.
My hand.
And I don't know, maybe it was having that rose. What's the
Rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, because for years I had been saying that this is one of the best Dragon Ball Z games, and I think I mean, yeah, I mean, okay, if I were to rank them, I would say Budokai 3 is still my favorite, Fighters is my second favorite, and then Legacy of Goku 2. But it is, like Stu said, like a 7 out of 10 game for me. There are a lot of things that I did not like about the game. The reach, the inability to actually you manually charging up the key like in other Dragon Ball Z games. I don't know. It was just a lot of little things that just made the experience not pleasant for me. I can't talk about the music because, again, I put it on mute like Mike often does.
You're killing me.
I mean, I love Stefan. I love music in games, but it's that the music is sometimes in these Game Boy games. I especially when I'm using a computer and speakers, it's like grating on my ears, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just, there's no dialogue for me to listen to or pay attention to. So but I'm gonna put it on the box because, again, I don't hate the game. It's not a horrible game. Trust me. Legacy of Goku 1 is way worse. Like,
I'm gonna play it now because I was waiting, so I didn't want to do the thing where I mash games here like I did back in episode 25 with Mega Man, where I said Rush was in Mega Man 2. That's why I've been waiting to play Legacy of Goku 1. I'm really curious.
Like, it is not a horrible game, but
yeah,
it is not a game that I am going to go back to anymore. I don't think. Like, maybe 10 years in the future or something, maybe I'll go back to it to see if my opinion changes again. But because now that I've played it, like, I hadn't played it since almost 2003, I want to say. So it's been more than 15 years since I played that, and my opinion has changed drastically from loving it to now just thinking, it's an okay game that is very flawed in its core to me.
Yeah, I think we're all being a little... well, except for Mike, I think we're all being a little lukewarm on it, is what it is. We don't think it's a bad game.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just not sticking out enough.
Like, there wasn't a point.
We kind of covered... Let's say we kind of covered like that sense on like the Link to the Past episode, where it's like some games from this era, like you don't really think about games from this era having a lot of, or games of this genre, like on Game Boy Color, you don't think of them having a lot of really mechanical like intricacies behind them. But you play a game like Link's Awakening and it has those very clear like mechanical intricacies that make it work still to this day, and it's still a fun game to play. There's a lot of games back then where it's like, oh, it's just like the loading is a little too long, or like pressing the A button doesn't do the attack quite the speed I would like it to. It's those tiny things like that can kind of break a game for like it prevents it from being like future proofed. It's something that like games today are still struggling with. Play a game from 5 years ago and you're like, why the fuck are these loading times so long? It's like, oh yeah, we hadn't really figured out how to hide loading yet.
5 years ago. Try like 2 months ago. Jedi Fallen Order.
That's true.
Hey, we're about to lose Stefan because he's got to run. So I want him to introduce the game we're going to be talking about next week real quick.
Oh, boy.
Next time on Games My Mom Found, we are playing the classic PS1 game, Overblood.
Overblood.
That's find out what happens next time.
Blood over.
That's a good impression.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you later, Stefan, if you got to run.
I got like 2 minutes
at some point.
Yeah.
I still got more I want to say.
We got time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
You have 30 seconds, Mike.
Not goodbye.
So long. No, yeah.
Good night. Goodbye.
I forgot. I already forgot.
Yeah, Mike's the one wasting time.
I actually have what I need to say. Okay, so first, before we start to wrap this up, I forgot to say this earlier. So, Emmanuel, you want to mention where people can find you at?
Well, the kiddies can find me over on twitch.tv/Commander Lionheart. That's where I do live streams a couple times a week. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to do a live stream of Legacy of Goku 2, because I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I got called off to work. So I left it,
couples
and I
far
couldn't
away?
do it tonight because we were doing this. So I decided, I'll just do it on Monday. I'm just gonna take a look at the beginning of the game and something else. Also on youtube.com/Commander Lionheart, where I usually put the live streams for this year because I haven't live streamed anything on 2020. I'm just gonna put for now just what I call First Strike, which is the replay, my equivalent to replay, which I've talked about before. I will say that I am going to do the same thing that I did last year. If the YouTube channel gets to 1,000 subscribers and the Twitch channel gets to 100 follows, I'm gonna play Resident Evil on October. I am currently at 614 subscribers on YouTube and 46 followers on Twitch. So if I get to 100 and 1,000, I'll play Resident Evil HD, which I've never played a Resident Evil game.
Everyone make that happen. Everyone make it happen.
I am a fucking scaredy cat. I get scared super easily. So yeah, just gonna throw it out there. See if it, now that it's a new year and there's a couple months to go until October, well, let's see if it flies this year.
All right. Also, want to give a quick shout out.
I'm going to make that happen now.
Want to give a quick shout out to the other podcast that I'd meant that you guys had listened to their promotion earlier from called The Genuine Chit Chat. There'll be a link in the show notes. Also want to say, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where we're just games my mom found, where I'm constantly posting screenshots and things for the game, upcoming, maybe memes. I'm going to start doing more memes. People like memes.
Should we all
meme life.
Should we all power up our way out of here?
I actually have one more story I want to say.
Oh, Mike.
This is not Dragon Ball Z related, but two things I want to say. One, I want to say there will be a movie episode coming up shortly this week after you hear this one. So you look forward to that. We're doing
and it's going to be Dragon Ball Evolution.
First Turtles movie. We should do that, though. But doing the first Turtles movie.
Oh, don't listen to me, Mike.
I fucking suggested that like 20 episodes, 30 episodes ago, and you shot it down.
We all know what happened.
We should do it and bring Emmanuel back.
No.
Okay, that's it. We're going to do it at some point. You're coming back, Manuel. Because you like bad movies.
I'm
you cannot lie.
No, I do not.
You can't deny Manuel
like you that.
I ran out of steam.
I'm going to be sick that week. I'm sorry to say. I'm going to have suffered. Get the flu that week.
I'm planning on getting dysentery that week. Sorry, can't make it.
It'll be just me.
Definitely
like me and Emmanuel.
Each other's arms.
I'm sorry. The number you have dialed is no longer available.
And the last funny thing I want to mention has nothing to do with games, but this is something funny happened to me. Okay, so at New Year's, I went to the casino down here in Minnesota, and as I'm walking down the skywalk from our cold car, and this woman asked somebody else, like, "Do you want tickets for a concert?" I'm ignoring them, and they walk over to me like, "Do you want tickets for a concert?" I'm like, normally I just ignore people. I'm like, sure, why not? And then she's like, "Oh, they're for Springsteen." I'm like, huh? It got my attention. Turned out she was wrong. It was for Rick Springfield. And it was just funny. I mean, I was like, you know what? I'm like trying to think, who is this guy again? And then I looked him up, like, oh yeah, Jesse's girl. So I ended up, and then okay, we get the tickets. We decide to go to the concert. We go down to the concert. I'm like, okay, where do we sit? So I go to the person, I'm like, okay, where am I? Because I don't know. I didn't buy these tickets. They're like, oh, follow me. And they take me down to the third row in the center, and I'm just like, huh, this is gonna be a good year starting off. So yeah, I got third row seats at Rick Springfield. I didn't even know I knew 2 songs.
I don't think
funny experience.
I think the only song I know of his is Jesse's Girl. I didn't know he had other songs. I thought he was like a
he has a lot of other songs, but I didn't know him either. So and he even said at one point he played 2 songs that had to talk about his wife, and then he's like, "I'm going to play some songs you guys actually know." I'm like, okay, I'm glad you admit too that. So it was a fun New Year's. I just wanted to bring that. I wanted to put that on here. And also another thing I'm going to say on here anyway, because I want to. So then right after that, we go to Perkins and we sit down at Perkins and I order my food. And all of a sudden we get a phone call and someone that we know was in trouble because somebody decided to be stupid and drink and get into a car. And so I order my food and I'm like, ugh. So then we left my food, cancel the order, go help the friend, get the friend home. We get back, order my food again, and the same friend calls like, "Hey, can you go bail out my boyfriend? He's ready to be picked up." And I'm like, "That's nice. I want my food." Spoiler: we didn't pick up the friend. He got out, but also don't turn the wrong turn signal on because the cops will pull you over on New Year's Eve if you do that. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, they're
Mike's tale sounds like something from GTA or something.
It was funny. I felt bad for the person, for the girl, but I didn't. But I was like, I'm like, you know what? My New Year's still. So I had a long freaking New Year's Eve. All right, and Stefan, are you still here?
Yep.
Okay, let's go with his idea.
He's waiting to power up, baby.
Okay, you guys ready? I'll count it down from 3.
Wait, Mike,
Yes?
you forget something?
What?
You're still forgetting something.
Oh, fuck! I want to give a shout out to our awesome intro and also courtesy of Bulby, aka Mike Stoney, for his EP Bite the Bullet song is cool, Kid Squad. I did forget something, by the way. I'm tired.
Wasn't there whale facts every single time that I'm here?
It's just on the list.
Stu can never say his whale is there.
We're not doing it tonight.
There are whale facts when one of us remembers to find a whale fact.
I don't care enough. I don't care. I just don't delete it off the thing.
If somebody tells us a whale fact, if somebody tells me a whale fact, DM it to me. I will read it as if it's a true fact, regardless of whether or not it's true. That's the new rule.
Oh my!
Send me any interesting sounding fact about whales, and I will read it as if it's a true fact.
Next time on Games My Mom Found C, will Mike remember to say Bulby at the end of the episode? Find out.
Oh, next episode, we're celebrating 1 year anniversary. Woo!
Yay!
Yay!
All right, you guys ready to power up? Because I know someone's got to go pick up somebody.
Yeah. By the way, Mike.
Already going.
Replay is celebrating its 10th anniversary on the 27th of January as well. So
we will mention that next episode for sure.
Are you guys doing Overblood next week? I'm probably gonna do something.
My friend, somebody started talking and nobody would shut up, and Stefan had to go pick up his friend, but it's the podcast never ends.
All right, let's power up out of here.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah!